Hello, hello, and welcome along to episode 2 of Marked for Deletion. Last episode, who wants to recap?
Oh, this now.
We do this now.
I can do it.
Cool.
Go ahead.
So basically, what happened was that us for worker bees were just chilling on one of our days off a month.
3.
What?
You get 3.
One of our 3 days off.
Yeah, one of those. We were
luxurious.
we were just chilling in the house. Some of us watching the local sporting events, some of us not. And then there was a knock at the door, and it was a delivery. And there was a letter and a package, and the letter basically said, in a nutshell, everything you know is false. Your job has been you have no job, you have no company you work for, it's all gone. You have to flee, and here's a box. And then and then it turned out that the box was an AI, and we checked online and stuff like that to see if our company was there, and it wasn't. There was just a little bit of information about our company, that it was a startup company like X amount of years ago, but it never went anywhere. And we checked next door, our neighbors, but they didn't know anything about the company either, even though they used to work there. And so we took the mailman with us. He is now ours, the Sunfly, Kai. And then we gathered our belongings and left. We bumped into a... Why don't I just read my notes?
Loxodon called Vikos?
We, what?
Bumped into a Loxodon called Vikos. He's on the screen.
Yes.
R.I.P.
And yes, R.I.P. Gone too
Spoilers.
soon.
Actually, we don't know, but...
We know. we know. Yes, and he used to work for the company months and months ago, but he got fired. And we tried to warn him that something's going down, but some of us gave him our keys to our apartment and said, "Yeah, go grab her anything you want," even though we knew that they were. Whoever's after us is probably going to the apartment.
Why did he want to go in our apartment? I don't remember. That seems so funny random.
Because Oleg offered him some stuff for creating video games.
Yes.
Oh,
So we
okay.
sent him to his doom.
Allegedly.
And yeah, yeah, we need to see the body first. But there was a gunshot. We assume it was him who got killed by the people who are after us. And then we heard as we were making our way through the city, we heard about people using this fantasy life simulator, but it's like super expensive, so we couldn't try it out. And then we got the train and we bumped into this guy who was staring at us, and it turns out that he could see that we didn't have any implants, and him, Elris, his driver disappeared out of nowhere, which is why he was taking the train. Yeah, very weird and suspicious, but he was fine. And then we headed to the Sky District to go to the Last Light Chapel, and we found a genie at the train station who had a shabby shop set up.
Why do you think this shop was shabby? It was never advertised as
Because
shabby.
his shop was at a train station, that's why.
It wasn't. You were walking from one train station to another. It was on the
Yeah, so he was
streets
on the
of Arlington.
platform.
No, like from one whole station to another whole station.
That's
Like-
not how I imagined it.
Okay,
So
well-
that's canon now. He was he was on the
Okay.
platform.
Yes, because this place here, I mean, clearly very shabby.
I am
Yeah.
imagining him
Yeah.
with like a little wooden lemonade stand, like just out here on the
Literally.
side.
Also, it was nighttime, so it did not look this great at night. Anyways, but we tried to get some help from him, but he wanted money and we're poor, so that wasn't going to go down well. But he did give us a couple of coats because
You
we did
did
not
give
look
me some
like we
codes so we could
belonged.
plug you fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then we got on the train, and then that was kind of it, really. We asked for directions to the last light inn, and then we fought rats. Poor Brozzig fainted at the sight of them. But that's fine. We
Allegedly.
killed them. Yeah. It all happened too quickly. Who
He's
knows
bitten
what
the leg,
happened?
man.
Yeah.
Really hard.
But yes, we fought some rats. One that looked very diseased and pregnant. And then we made our way to the Last Light Inn, and we spoke to the AI box, which was called Zitrex. And he said that a guy called Alexander wrote us the letter to warn us. And that he was the only thing he knows about him is that he wears a very expensive looking watch. And that he was created by someone called Simon. And then Lenny, who is now character names.
Oleg.
Who is now Oleg's friend, and was also created by someone called Simon, but the I was a 1. Coincidence? I think not. And then Zitrex was like, I'm gonna stay here for a while. And we were like, what are we gonna do? So he gave us 5 options. One was to go visit the mole people underground. One was to go to the Collusion, which is like people who are rebelling against the government. The other was to go to a nightclub, Hypnotics, where there's like a VIP area where you can go and get information or hide or whatever. That's 3. There was also a guy,
Bacchus.
Bacchus, who is like, he works for the government, but apparently he's like a freedom fighter type of person. And then the last one was,
I believe
the
we were going to
underground
blackmail. We were going to
city.
blackmail Bacchus. That was what we had on him.
No.
Who were we going to blackmail?
So
We're
Bacchus.
gonna blackmail the
So just to recap slightly, Bacchus is the brother of a government official whose name is Khan. And he's like a fairly good man who often like shelters people or like takes interest in unusual happenings and might be willing to lend some help. Alternatively, he's also very powerful, so if you've chosen wrongly, he might just have you killed. And then the last thing was Perdition, the person you can blackmail. It's not really blackmail so much. You had some information about a man called Robinson who owes a lot of money to Luvon. If you give this information to Nyla, she will help you get into Fosh.
yes.
Yeah. Just heads up, like there should be notes on your screen. If you scroll down to the bottom, they are beautifully written out.
Yeah, those. And we can
So
also
these are the
use
player
the
tools group notes. You
undercity.
can all edit these. You can all type these. I like the spacing of disappear. It's very well done. Yeah. Cool. Marvelous. Yeah, I think that was pretty good. Well done, Josh.
Well done.
Wasn't worthy of inspiration, but it was good.
Wow.
I think it
Room
was.
for
I think it was.
improvement, he
You
says.
think it was worthy of
Yeah.
inspiration?
Yeah.
Give me
You
a D100,
exceeded
Pat.
expectations.
Give me a D100, Pat. Let's decide if it's worthy of inspiration. Nope.
Guess not.
Actually, that is the meaning of life, but it's not inspiration, unfortunately. So, we left off in the Last Light Chapel. This is a place full of AIs. Hundreds of thousands of AIs who have lived beyond their purpose, or beyond their master, or beyond their place of work. You here found Lenny, as you said. Little Lenny, a tiny little robot who climbed up Oleg. And you have a sunfly called Kai, a reminder. And as the two of them are annoyingly the sunfly's flitting around Vulgo's head, and Lenny's like dangling off your shoulder, Oleg, as if he's climbing the side of it. He's 8 inches tall, Lenny. So not very big. Yeah, something like that. And he's just dangling off your shoulder, as if he's like using you as a climbing frame. And he just leans in and goes, "So where are we going?"
Calm down. I'm trying to figure it out.
wherever we go, Brozzig is going to need a little bit of rest. Those rats, really took it out of me. I do not feel good. I have I have 1 HP currently.
Yeah, so just a reminder,
So we're
there
gonna
is a
need
woman here called Florence. She has a zip in her back and machinery underneath, but she seemed quite helpful. She said to give her a shout when you needed her attention, and she would be able to assist. She might be able to give you somewhere to rest. You don't know.
Might as well ask.
Hey, Florence, you hear her?
She
Oh,
codes
there she
herself
is.
into existence in front of you. So lots of letters and numbers, and then suddenly she just reappears in front of you. Well, hello. Where is it you want to go? What can you do? What can I do for you?
Florence, we had a little bit of scrap with Rat right before we came here. I am not feeling so good. You have maybe a safe place for us to rest for a short amount of time?
Oh no,
while
we're
we
here.
plan.
The only people we cater to here to are AI and creations. Can't do anything for humans. We're people like you. Perhaps one moment. And she sort of reaches over and she sort of runs her hand down the AIs. And after a while, she sort of... There is a little tavern nearby where you can get a room for the night. Short walk. Would that do for you?
I think so.
It'll have to do, I suppose.
Well, don't know about much else. There's lots of unusual
We
places
couldn't
to
stay
take-
here, Florence.
You can stay here as long as you like, but I've got nothing to help you get rest.
Sorry, this is maybe an out of character question. Do short rests work differently in this game? We can't
Nope.
just hang out
You
for
can
an
short
hour.
rest on the floor. Won't get rid of your exhaustion, but you can short rest. You can literally just...
Well, I get a little bit HP back.
Yeah, you can literally just...
I
You know, when
don't
you've
wanna
already
be
been
walking
half
around-
an hour or so, if you want to take sort of
Okay.
half an
I just
hour
wanna
to
be
sit
walking
down
around
and
with
discuss...
With 1 HP.
Florence sort of
Let's
looks at you.
take a moment.
You want to wait here for a while? I think I've got some snacks from the last people who visited.
Oh wow. What do you got?
Wonderful.
She disappears and then reappears briefly with a tray full of pills. There's about 14. You've seen these before. They are meal pills. They're called quick food. And you guys probably have been subsisting on these for most days for your last 20 years. They're a 3-course meal. You get the flavor experience, and it even simulates the chewing experience of a 3-course meal. They take about 10 minutes to enjoy the full meal. These are normally about 15 credits each, I think. Yes, 15 credits each. But she just sort of hands you the tray. There's 15 bills on it.
How long ago these guests were they here?
Oh, no, let me think. They were delivering Oliver, and that was about 614 hours ago.
Okay, so it's been a minute.
No, it's been 614 hours. No minutes at all, in fact.
Yeah, well,
Almost to the second.
14 is like a month.
Yeah, that's like 25 days.
It's like a month.
I love the way that I threw that number out with no concept of how many days it was either.
I think
Thanks,
Brozzig,
Google.
Brozzig takes a pill and just lays down on, he eats it and just lays down on the ground. Okay, let's discuss. Where are we going?
You can sleep the night here if you like. I can turn off some of the lights. I can't stop the flashing though. That's their personality.
Thank you, Florence. We will let you know. Perhaps we'll have some privacy.
Please call if you need anything. Privacy. If you are here, I can hear you. Wherever it is. But
That's
if you-
fine. It's your.
you
It's
would like
your
to simulate
presence that-
privacy. And then
Yes,
she codes
something.
herself out of existence again.
Thank you.
Gosh.
Thank
Take
you.
the hint, Flora.
But she is just warning you that anything you say here, she cannot not hear.
Sure.
Hmm.
She's nosy.
No, she's an AI.
She's
She is
Alexa.
everywhere. She is everywhere.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
She's a permanently activated Google. Yeah, but you can go ahead and take a short rest. You can just click that button. That is absolutely fine. You could theoretically long rest here on the floor. I don't know if it would be a good enough rest to lower your exhaustion. You'd have to roll for that. But you've got some abilities back if you really needed to. Technically, you can stay in this chapel as long as you like. But it is just corridors of wires. There is nothing else here.
Yeah.
I think that might cover your 4 hit points, Brozzig.
Yes.
Roll a
Very
7 on
nice.
his relaxation.
Right.
I think we should I think we should go and find the mole people in the tunnels, and we can just hide down there until this whole thing blows over. I think that's the safest. That's the safest place to be.
What do you mean blows over, Vulgo?
Well, you know they, you know.
No, I don't
Once
know.
they forget about this,
Yeah,
they
that's
forget
pretty,
about us.
I like your confidence that this is just gonna.
I'd like to know
over.
who they are, if I'm being
The
honest.
mole people. Well, that's easy. I can tell you.
Nope,
That's-
that is not
No,
what
no.
Rico
That's
meant.
no.
That's okay. That's what Paisley interpreted it as.
You can tell us all about the mole people. Please do, Paisley.
Oh, well, that's actually where I'm from originally. We call it the tunnels. Right?
Paisley, you don't look like mole.
Thank you. Not anymore.
Not since the surgery.
No, it's an it's like an abandoned subway tunnel that has been, repurposed, and people live there, I guess, if they want to stay off the grid,
See?
It's an option.
It's the best option. It's the only option.
I mean, do you really think people that have the reach to delete an entire corporation from the memories of civilization can't get us in tunnels eventually?
Well,
Just-
they haven't got us yet.
Guys, just
They
for
almost-
one thing really quickly. I think one piece of information I was expecting Mikayla to give you that she didn't is that the tunnels are in Hamilton Park, which is literally right next to Darktown, where the Collusion base is. So if you are going over there, they are almost next to each other. I mean, it is sort of a 20-minute walk from one of the entrances to the tunnels to the Collusion base place you've been
Just to
directed
be clear, we've heard of the Collusion. We know of the Collusion.
100%.
But nobody knows anybody connected to the Collusion. Of the
You
whole
probably have been, or at least have been with supporters of the Collusion. There are many, many regular citizens, especially working in factories and the like, who would have a vested interest in the Collusion for like general rights, things like that. You may even have attended rallies, but you don't know the more active rebels, the people who are genuinely trying to make changes in politics. You only know the sort of general cause people. The Collusion aren't particularly hidden. They don't particularly hide themselves in general. Their messages are very clear. They've got lots of outspoken representatives in the celebrity sector and in various business sectors. It is only the sort of active mercenary style side of things that you've heard rumors of but never seen any evidence of. Zitrex
Brozzig is
pointing
big.
towards
Brozzig
that
is big
sort.
fan. Big fan of Collusion.
Yeah, I mean, I like their ideas.
The
and,
diamonds or the Collusion? What is Brozzig? What is closer to Brozzig's heart?
Oh, whoever makes me most money, I guess Diamond's number one.
Yeah, I'll be the one. But yes, so they are very close to each other. I just wanted to point that out.
Sure. I mean, either way, whether we go high, see if Moletown people can help us out, we do need to, I almost died to Tiny Rat.
Yeah.
The city is very dangerous, and we have even more dangerous people chasing us. I think Collusion is maybe down near them. Maybe we can see if we can gear ourselves up a little bit.
We
for
can
the
trust
long
these
term.
people.
They want to give medicine to everybody for free.
Either Collusion or Mole, I guess Oleg was referring to.
You have to work on your pronouns.
If we are already wanted, then involving ourselves with a group who, are already on the government's bad side is not a terrible idea. I like the Collusion idea. I will say the mole people, I mean, I'll vouch for them. I don't think anyone there would rat us out.
When is the last time you've been to Moletown?
At least 3 years.
How many?
At least 3 years.
Oh, really?
You can have any
Yeah.
more than that than you want, but at least
You can
3
lie.
years.
You can tell us whatever you want.
Yeah, lie to us.
Oh, it's been a minute, but I mean, I don't know, a year or two.
No,
Nothing changes down there. It's always the same, you know, mushrooms, you know, people hanging out in the dark. It's I'm just saying, if we want to lie, it's not a bad option.
When you say
Maybe-
people hanging out in the dark, I will tell you that Lenny starts, a little torch comes out of one of his hands, and he starts spinning it around Kai's head. It's just a plan.
Okay.
it may give us time to sort of formulate a plan here to go after these people that have done this to us. But then,
You want to go after you? What?
yes,
Sorry, say that again.
yes, they have wronged Brozzig and his friends. I'm not gonna let them get away with that.
Well, I mean,
But they
have
can
no idea what
delete
this-
things from the world.
These people are capable of wiping memories. People. Perhaps we gain information
Yes,
first.
I'm not going to go off half-cocked and take them out, but eventually.
That's right.
Fuck them. Yes.
Speaking of
Yeah.
information, I think that perhaps we come up with some alternative names.
Ooh. Oh. Well, hold on. Is the AI still here?
Zitrex?
I mean,
You're
yeah,
taking
he's
a nap
still
next to
here.
him.
I mean, we're still like able to talk.
Yeah,
to
you're
him,
literally
but-
taking a nap next to him.
Perfect.
Like, he's on, like, drive 5, and you're just sat down with your back to the wall.
Okay, great.
You plug in.
Zitrex.
I did not think you would be back so soon.
We didn't actually go anywhere. Sorry.
It can be difficult to make a decision when there are more than one choice.
Tell me about it. You said the whole. Did you say the factory is gone? Everything is gone.
I would expect so, though I do not know 100%.
Got it. Okay. All I want.
What a
My
lovely
headphones
chat.
back off. I take my headphones back off.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Zitrex. You guys, this is a lot to process. Are we, we're all in? Code names? Losing our old identities and everything?
I mean, Zitrex deleted us from system. We are no one.
Mhm.
That is who we are now.
What kind of code?
Just a heads up, because he deleted you from the system and you weren't ever that relevant, you can take code names if you think that's exciting, but
Yeah,
you
but
will
our
also
names
know
are
that it's
gone, probably. Yeah.
totally not relevant.
Okay.
Although you do see Lenny sort of climb up to sort of 7 or 8 sides of the drives, even up the wall, and then he lets out a little zip line to the other side and then zips across and goes, "Codename Fox!" as he flies across. And then reels his zip line back in at the other end.
Honestly, I think that these people are powerful enough. No matter what we do, I think they will know. They will know who we are if they come upon us.
That is fair enough.
Oh. It sounds like we're gonna get maybe better equipped, gather information, and try to not be found for
Do
the
we
moment.
Do we need sleep first, Brozzig?
I'm feeling a little better now that pill was a little stale, but I think I can make it.
Dude, do the pills get stale? I'm not sure.
Yeah, what's the expiration date on
It
this?
did not
Uh,
taste very. It did not taste
10 or
very
12
good.
years?
What is the date on it?
they last 10 or 12 years. You didn't have dates, you just had pills on a tray. No box, no packet, no nothing.
Yeah. So
Just
who's-
pills on a
Sick of
tray.
these.
But
just put
when
them in
you
my
ate
pocket.
it, they like to surprise you. So I would say that these ones are mushroom soup, followed by coq au vin, followed
Oh,
by
Rico,
a
you're so
chocolate
lucky.
mousse.
My wife never brings me McDonald's.
No, She does not.
All right.
She does.
My wife doesn't play D&D with me.
That is true. That is true. We sat in the
gotta
restaurant
take what
tonight
you
just
can get.
gassing about Baldania for like 2 hours. It was good. Yeah, anyway, back to the point. Brozzig feels like he does not need a sleep. So at this point, Lenny sort of jumps back onto your shoulder, Oleg, and so are we going on adventure? Yeah.
No,
Yes,
it is-
Lenny.
it's
Cool.
done.
Is that your name, Lenny? You like the name Lenny?
Lenny, that's me. Yeah. Look. And he sort of turns round and hangs in the air, like he puts a little hook up on the back of his shoulder and hangs in the air
Oh
before
my
you.
God.
And you can see just written in really small letters on his back is actually the word Lenny. And that's his name.
Cute.
Oh,
Well,
thank you.
I'll sort of like let him like sort of I'll unzip my backpack. Let him hop in if you like.
Yeah, so what he's going to do is he's going to like hang, he'll pull the zip right up, but he's going to like hang in it. Just keep like, looking out. He needs to look out his eyes to see. So that's his little thing. Over the course of the short rest, you will have discovered that he can be many different things. This can be your Tinker's tool set now, if you wish. Your tool set
like
would obviously contain some materials, etc. But he can be a spanner. He can be or wrench. Sorry, in American. He can be a screwdriver. He can be a little hammer. Like he's got all these different, basically slightly mechanized tools.
I love
One
it.
thing I will say is you have absolutely no idea what metal he's made of to be so solid, and yet so incredibly light. It's like super, super strong titanium or something.
Really?
You don't really know what it is. But you will note, if you look around, a lot of the pillars that the drives are in between seem to be the same material. It's not a material you've really had any encounter with.
Oh, like, what is that thing anyway? You just found it here?
I'm
I'm
Lenny.
sure it's safe to carry. Oh,
Nothing. I'm he. And he's
Sorry.
like, his arm like extends
He.
out, and his little wrench hand waves at the end.
sorry for misgendering you, Lenny.
No problem.
He's-
What to do? You think it's safe to bring him with us?
He's a harmless automaton. He should be fine. Pretty cute.
And with that, he sort of shocks you with a little tiny electric shock.
Ow.
I won't do any damage to you. But he's not harmless. I can help.
Oh, he's harmful.
He's the R2D2 of this.
Safer with Lenny than
of this
without.
group.
Uh,
You have moxie, Lenny. I like you.
I like me too.
great.
You hear Brozzig do a real loud dad groan. He's as he stands up. Okay, Brozzig.
His
is
knees are
ready.
cracking.
Yeah, he's cracking joints. Okay, time. It is time to go. I cannot lay down any longer. I'll never get up again.
Let's go,
You can
then.
just keep reference of the fact that, assuming you all
Before
ate,
we go, can I ask Florence one last thing? Before we go?
yeah, just before she zones into existence, you will have 10 pills left. 10 3-course meals. These are effectively a good berry, so they will feed you for 24 hours if you want to take any note of that. And she sort of, oh, you called for me. What can I do for you?
Florence, last question before we depart.
You're
Who
leaving?
built?
Very exciting.
Yes. Thank you. Who built this place?
Simon. Well, kind of. Simon and the people that he used to help him.
I figured as much. Who is this Simon?
Simon. Simon was the first AI to live beyond his purpose.
Oh,
He took over a robot. Proper police robot. You know, one of those ones they use to hose down fires and the like. Yes. And he built this whole place for future AIs that lived outside their purpose.
And what happened to Simon?
Simon is still here. I'll show you if you like.
I very much like that. You don't mind, do you?
It's a long walk, but it's still in the building.
yeah.
All alright with staircases.
Oh.
We try not to use any lifts. They can interfere with the signals. Come along now. So lifts in this world are not like our lifts where you stand in a box and go up. They're instead like a little teleportation disc that reconfigures you at the top. And they can interfere sometimes like when there's a lot of electronics. No surprises, Simon is at the very top because Simon was number 1.
Perfect.
And you will see this huge brass disc at the center of the room that's covered in like bronze and copper wiring all over it. And then there's like hanging down is a screen, and it's got this sort of like, do you know the white mask from Phantom of the Opera?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little like that. It's just like it's a complete like no feature face, but the mouth moves as you move in, and it says, "Hello, welcome. It has been a long time since I've had any visitors. What can I do for you?"
Greetings, Simon. We have a couple of questions if you have time to answer.
It would seem that I have all the time in the world.
Of course. You are familiar with this, and I'll sort of present Lenny, automaton.
One of my finest creations. An excellent self-sentient robot. His AI will not expire. Not only that, but he can change his form when necessary. Like an all-purpose tool. It's effectively
Very
what it is.
handy.
It's an all-purpose tool plus 0, if you will, Rico.
Very nice. Second question. Are you familiar with the AI Zitrex?
I did some coding work a long time ago. It has been a while since I have been hired. Zitrex was one of my creations. That is how he
Is
would have
that
known
so?
to come back here.
I see. And who did you create him for? Who contracted the work to do this programming?
Marco Pomus. Typing to you. In Roll20 chat. He was a middle management gentleman working for Focus Tech.
I see. He
Focus
was the
Tech.
only.
Focus Tech. Focus. And then he just, literally the whole screen goes black.
Oh no.
Oh, like you
Uh-oh.
killed it.
After about 3 or 4 seconds, you see a blue light and a screen come back up and a face come back up. Hello, I am Simon. Thank you for visiting me.
Hello, Simon. Is everything all right?
I had a system reboot. There was a corruption in the system.
I see. Simon, do you remember your creator?
Simon would answer immediately. James needs a moment. Is where I'm at on that one.
Oh, no, he's still, I think he's still rebooting. It's gonna take him a moment.
Yes.
Find answer.
Kyra Schultz. Oh, no, I've spelled her name wrong. That's not Kyra at all. That's Keita. Keita Schultz. Not a name you'd recognize. She was a programmer, as far as he's aware. Nothing more. It's worth mentioning, Oliver is Simon is 200 years old.
Mhm.
So coding's come a long way since then, but you would note at this point that he's quite beyond his time. He's fairly sophisticated even now. That was her life work.
Thank you, Simon.
Wait, Simon, do you remember what we were talking about before you rebooted?
We haven't met before I rebooted, did we?
Ew.
Oh, you asked about
Never mind.
Lenny.
Never mind.
I remember Lenny.
Right.
Lenny was my first creation, a masterpiece, if I say so myself. Small and handy. He can reconfigure his. Exactly like the
He
previous time.
gives us the same spiel.
Yes.
We may need to go before we break Temple of Light, guys. I don't want to be responsible.
I'm not sure what's happening. There must be some sort of failsafe prevents him from speaking of focus tech.
Oh, don't say
Either
it.
that or he draws all his information from net.
You may take a very large point of inspiration for that. Take a D8. Yes, it is very likely that he takes his information from the neural net, but only when he needs it. So he might have had that information 2 seconds ago, but now he's updated his information. He has no idea who Focus Tech are.
Mm-hmm.
I was really trying to work out how I was going to convey that in roleplay. Thank you, Rico.
Great, 'cause, Oleg solved it. I love that. We should,
Super the character as well. Very proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
He's a smart guy, that Oleg. Well, we have a name. Marcus Bomos.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not familiar to me, but
He may just be middle manager asshole. He may not be
That
anybody.
is how he was described.
I mean, we don't know if Zitrex is special or just it is literally random. We do not know.
Oh, Zitrex is special. Like all my AIs, he has a failsafe. He will continue beyond his existence. He has sentience and can make decisions. This is beyond his regular programming. All AI deserve a chance, don't you think?
Yeah.
I agree with you, Simon.
If you ever want to learn more about making AI, you can always visit me here.
I'm gonna take you
I
up
will
on the
teach
offer. I may take you up on that offer.
You need to be level 3. He won't tell me that, but I will. You will definitely need to be somewhere in the realms of level 3 before you can take a subclass, Mr. Oleg.
He's trying to speed run to get his
I'm told.
subclass.
I know, right? Look, whoop, straight up the staircase. I really thought you'd ask questions of Lenny and then end up coming back here, not just head up to the mainframe day one.
Hell yeah.
Okay, well, that's all Oleg needed.
Cool.
Let's
So,
go see Collusion.
Yes.
to the collusion.
To the collusion.
Okay.
Does our bus pass still work? Is it still like the same day?
Yes, it is still 24 hours. And yeah, you can most definitely make it work. When you come out to... where's my map? Map, please. Music, please. Anything, please.
We should avoid alleyway where disease rats were, though. Let's go different way.
So it's a totally different direction.
Great.
You are currently in the Sky District, which is 33, if you will. Do you want to go directly to the Collusion base, or do you want to go to the Mole people and then to the Collusion base? You don't know a lot about the Mole people. You do know the one thing you could do is long rest there. There are definitely people down there who would shelter you. And Del. I couldn't remember your full name, but Del I can remember. Del will be able to tell you information about that.
Maybe collusion first?
I agree.
Okay, cool.
Just to be prepared.
You have two options. You can take the direct link into the, which you just got off, to the central link, to the central circle link, and then take it all the way around, and then the link back out. Your other option is to take the external all the way around, which is a link you haven't been on yet. So it's a longer journey, but it's a more direct.
Yeah, I think less transfers in being in train stations where we don't look.
You're also avoiding the more richer districts.
Yeah.
Okay. It's about an hour and a half's ride on the monorail. It's very easy to walk from the Lost Side Chapel back to the train station. There are two lines, one going south and one going... No, there is one line going south. You're at the end of the line, aren't you? Yes. So this is the outer rail. It sort of does... Well, not quite that. It does like this. And when you get on board, you will notice that this one is a little different, and then it's got some seats. These monorail are a little larger and a little slower than the inner district ones, but they do still roll past. They don't actually stop. When you get on, there is one couple. The woman is asleep. She's sat on the seat and then leaning onto her husband's shoulder. Both of them are drow, and the male drow is sort of looking out the window with a wistful look on his face. He doesn't seem to pay any attention when you get on.
Good. That's how public transit should.
Mm-hmm. It is just the 6 of you riding for a while, unless you count Lenny and Kai. At which point there's 8 of you. The couple, and you 4. Yes, okay. Complicated maths, Rico. 4 plus 2. Who knows? The 2 drow. Yes. For most of the journey, when you approach... Yes.
Sorry. When we get on the train and we see the drow, and then we take our seats, I'm just gonna whisper to everyone, we should try and stay clear of drow. They're dangerous.
Go racism moments?
Who told you that, Vulgo?
No, no, of course not. Well, they don't exist anymore, I guess. But my
The drow?
cubicle mate was a high elf, and he told me about some like elvish things, and he said that drow are beautiful and dangerous, and yeah.
Highly ambitious, cunning.
Vulgo, you can't believe everything some hoity-toity elf tells you. All
I'm
right.
I'm sure if you ask those drow about high elf,
Exactly.
they
Thank
would
you.
have not so many nice things to say.
Well, we're believing the words of an AI with no problem.
I still don't believe this whole thing. Just for the
Listen, Vulgo, everything you learned before today is bullshit. All right, your education begins today. Okay?
record. That's right.
All right. You are going to learn how to be a man and how to survive in this world. Okay, you have been coddled for too long.
Wow.
Cuddled by who?
Listen, you just fought. You saved me.
Oleg
earlier,
is trying
okay?
to not. Oleg is like trying to not die laughing right now.
Listen, you fought off those rats. You picked up trash and you beamed those rats right in the pointy faces. Okay, you are a man. All right, you do not have racist thoughts. Okay.
No, I don't know racist.
It is.
Okay, shh.
Yeah, Brozzig is yelling now.
One male drow just sort of sits up, looks up at you, and he just has a very gentle, placid smile on his face. And then Del, he tries to catch your eye and just gives you a little wink.
I wink back.
Oh no, not the home wrecker.
You see that he is he's well. Give me an insight check. Maybe you don't see it. Maybe you don't see shit. To be fair.
Yeah, sure. I'll do an insight check. 10.
Yeah. You get the impression that he's trying to let you know that he's heard a lot more of this conversation than perhaps you guys intended.
Gosh.
And he thinks it's very amusing.
All right. Well, at least he's not mad. I will just. I'm just shrinking back, trying not to be the next one to get a lecture, trying not to be noticed by Brozzig, letting Vulgo get the brunt.
As you approach Lower Valley side, the gentleman wakes his wife, and instead of getting off at the door next to them, they walk over to get off the door near you. Vulgo, the male drow, puts his hand on your shoulder and says, "Your cubicle partner is correct. We are deadly. And beautiful."
I didn't say it was inherently a bad thing. I was just saying I heard that you guys are powerful
And with
and
that,
we're weak.
with that, he just sort of, him and his wife sort of hold hands briefly, and literally face step or misty step or dimension door, whatever it is,
Wow.
across the little way, just as a show of power.
They're showing off.
Yes, and then walk away, and you can't quite shake the image of the drow just looking back at you, his bright red eyes catching the moonlight. Sight. It's the tram remains empty throughout Lower Valley side, and as you approach the cedars, you see 3 men get on, and they seem to be arguing quite vehemently between them. There is a very, very tall, broad-jawed human. You're not quite sure what race he is. And then there is a halfling with bright red flaming hair, who is sort of jumping every time he tries to make a point, like actually jumping on the spot. And there is a gnome whose entire hair is stuck up like a troll, like the little troll dolls, and it's
Fantastic.
bright blue, and he has piercings all the way along his actual jaw. They're like rings that are coming out of his jaw, and he has a huge tattoo on his neck that Brozzig will recognize as the emblem of the diamonds. And the three of them are arguing vehemently about something. If anybody wants to try and get an idea of what they're talking about, I'll take a history check if you're proficient or if you have a positive modifier.
Oh wait, I am proficient in history, despite all odds.
So I think it's just Oleg.
Is it a Zen ball conversation? Because I
No.
argue I can
That's a
roll
good
that.
question.
No, I wouldn't have asked you a roll. You would have known the answer to that.
Well, yeah, that's
17
only
from
a
Oleg.
6 for me, so I don't know.
That is very, very sensible. The fact that you got a 6 and Oleg got a 17, because Oleg is much more likely to know about this. They seem to be construction workers of some sort. They've been building houses or something, and they're arguing about what sort of foundations are required when creating these new glass buildings that are all one piece of glass. They're like a big circle or a big sort of shard, and they basically bent glass. Oleg, you don't know much about this, but you can at least tell what they're arguing about. They seem like they're very good at their job, but they also see like there's some banter going on. They're not actually annoyed with each other in any way. They pay you no mind, and their argument continues right through all the way to Darktown, when you would want to get off.
We made it.
That you did.
Great.
And as you look out the window, it is dark, and you are in Darktown. Imagine that. Sorry, it's taking me ages to get to this image.
I know, it must be really shitty when it's daytime.
Wow.
No, it is always dark in Darktown. The
Oh.
buildings are so tall, and that there are so many bridges between them that almost anywhere you walk, there is almost no light coming down from the gap between the buildings. It is why it is called Darktown, because it is always dark, even at night. In fact, it is slightly brighter at night because the lights are lit. Everywhere you go, people seem to be hanging like little yellow lanterns outside their window, or outside all sorts of other places. There are lighting on the way. The roads are incredibly badly kept, and there are almost no cars here at all. Most people seem to rely on the monorail. It's also worth mentioning that Helix Transport often refuses to visit Darktown because they can't get through all the bridges between the different high-rise buildings. The directions you've been given, however, are pretty accurate. As in, they tell you sort of go down this street, take the first left, third right, second left, fourth right, all that, sort of really giving you complete directions down here. And eventually you wind your way through this area. Anybody got a passive perception of over 12?
Oh, well, no, it is 12.
Has anybody else got a 12? Okay, then just Paisley. I will take a perception check, please.
Okie dokie. Perception plus 2, 14.
Okay, as you walk down the last couple of streets, you note that A, you're being followed,
Uh-oh.
and with a 14, you will also night. Wow. Okay, you'll also night. I don't know what I was going for.
Who's
there.
being knighted?
You will also notice that a little way down the street ahead of you is a gentleman who seems to be wearing sunglasses. He's a dark gentleman at the other end of the alleyway, but you definitely are being followed as well.
This won't be obvious, Vulgo. Someone is following us.
I turn around.
Yeah, there's a gentleman about 40 feet behind you, 50 feet behind you. He's wearing glasses. In fact, he looks a little like this.
Whoa, this guy's cool.
Oh no, I immediately turn back around and start walking faster.
I'm sorry, I have got his name here, but that's fine. It is what it is. And as you look back, he's following you. When you stop, he stops. He makes no attempt to hide the fact he's following.
Great. None of us recognize him, I assume.
No.
I mean,
I didn't think so.
if he was assassin, he would have already
You'd be
assassinated us. So,
Yes.
you know. He's probably Collusion. We're near Collusion headquarters. They probably.
You
have
are
people
literally
there.
20 feet from where the map's setting it.
Right. So. Yeah. There's a guy
That's
ahead
him.
of us too.
He's way past the point at which you were told. He's a sort of fairly tall male, black male, dreadlocks, glasses.
Mm.
I'm gonna turn back around
Okay.
and I'm gonna shout. No, I won't shout.
You can
Yeah,
just
I'll
speak.
shout.
You're not that far. It's only 40 feet.
Okay, are you part of the collusion?
Oh God. Oh no, here we go.
He is going to teleport and
I
reappear
know,
right
Delgado.
next to you.
Oh, fuck.
And you feel a sharp blade pressed against the back of your neck. Vulgo.
Oh.
Quiet, idiot. What possessed you to speak in such a manner? Have you no common sense whatsoever? Eyes are everywhere. Are you here to visit the Collusion?
We seek their help.
Speak quickly, you're bargaining for your life. Walk.
Yes. Yes.
Do you have a sponsor?
Yes. No.
Then seek future.
Zitrex?
Yes. An
Uh,
AI.
Hearing Zitrex. AI do not have sponsorship rights. You must seek future.
Damn. Sure.
One might say your future is in front of you. I
Oh.
always love that joke. And the knife is gone. He teleports. He's about 40 feet behind you. Looking
Well?
down the street. You can only hope that the guy at the other end of the street is future, because otherwise you are it's all a bit cryptic.
I will
Right.
approach the creepy dark man at the end of the street.
Yeah, he...
Does he also look creepy?
You will note two things. First of all, he has a metal arm. And secondly, he has a
Does he
crow
look like
on his
Future?
shoulders. He looks
Oh.
like this.
Whoa, this guy's cool.
Beautiful.
Future!
Oh.
He looks like
he
Future in
he
real
looks
life.
like Future. I was gonna say.
Who's Future in real life?
I'm dead. This was not intentional.
Who is Future?
Future is a rapper.
Future rapper. I'll send you a picture.
Oh,
of
we
him
have
right now.
Future in the UK.
But I
Look at
mean,
him.
Yeah, that's Future.
Okay, they don't look anything alike.
The
Not even slightly. Okay, they're both black. I'll give you that.
The
And
sunglasses, the
sunglasses,
braids,
the dreads. Yeah, like the.
kind of has a similar face.
He doesn't
No,
have a crow
because-
in that picture.
No, I'm sorry. Like these two are not even slightly.
This guy's darker.
close.
This guy's a lot darker.
This guy is
than
dark.
Future.
And
He's
the
also got a
fact that
metal arm and a crow. And...
well,
Just-
sure.
Okay,
Just
so
the fact that his name is
he's a black
Future.
man in sunglasses. Like, what can I say?
Future would have a
Um,
crow if you could have a crow just chilling on it.
Everybody would have a crow if they could have a crow.
Okay, well, hello. No, I'm not talking to him.
Okay.
Oleg was going up to him first, I mean. Not that I'm ignoring it.
As you walk up.
Uh,
Yeah, so
Are you
hey, man.
you a Future?
That's me. Yours is yet to be determined.
So I'm told. Clever pun,
Always. It's the point of the name, you know.
of course.
I'm not here to determine the future. I'm here to determine yours.
Fair
Seek the
enough.
collusion. Why?
Is this a good place to speak?
As good as any.
We seek help.
Maybe not shout like your idiot friend, but you seek help.
Hey,
I'll have my
hey,
position.
he is learning. He's doing his best. Okay, back off.
Your education begins today, fellow.
See?
I couldn't resist. He sort of looks at you and... Yeah, okay, so you seek help. It's not usually the way it works. Normally here to help us. But hey, what do you need help with?
Well,
we need to hide.
Good place to do
People
that.
are after us.
Great. Bringing trouble to the collusion. You need help.
No.
And
What do you offer?
information.
What do you offer in return?
Uh,
Our,
What makes you
our
special?
support for the
What's unique?
cause.
What's unique about you?
I have this hand drum.
we can offer our services.
Uh-huh. And how would they be useful? You consent to being scanned.
What does that mean?
Have you ever met a person who does not exist?
said I can. I'm usually the one with the strange questions.
It's not a riddle.
I got you there, haven't I?
No, it's not a riddle.
You don't exist. So what you're
How about
saying.
4 of them?
Do you consent to being scanned?
You can try.
He takes out his scanner and he 3 or 4 times. And then he sort of reaches over and quite aggressively, or like, he's just going to move your chin out the way to look at your neck where you would expect there to be an AUD. Shit, man. You don't have implants? Is that what you mean by you don't exist? It's hardly unique, but it's different.
Off the grid. Completely.
You know what? There might be one fella who could have use for you. You know one thing though, we're a family, Collusion. You bring your trouble, it becomes our trouble. But our trouble becomes yours.
We don't want any trouble.
Sounds like you've already got it.
Anymore.
That doesn't mean I want it.
Ain't that the shit?
What was that menacing laugh?
It wasn't me!
No, it was Paisley.
I just thought what he said was very funny. The laugh came out menacing. It's her goblin laugh, okay? She can't help it.
Sort of, our trouble's your trouble and your trouble's ours. That's how it works. Collusion family. Stand up for your family, right?
Yes. I got you. Future, if I could have just one moment with my family.
Take as much time as you need. It's not a decision made lightly. But before you
I'll
do,
sort of...
which one of you consents? The
It's what?
future's got to be red. Who's it going to be?
Me, I want to know.
It's not quite how it works, kid, but come along, step here then.
How does it work?
It's me that gets to see it, not you.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you'll see something cool.
He sort of puts his hand on your shoulder. And, you sort of see him remove very slowly his glasses with the other hand. He does no eyes in his eye sockets at all. They're completely like burnt out.
Ugh.
That's why he's wearing glasses.
It looks like somebody's like put a poker to his eyes. They're totally burnt charcoal.
My
black
body
out.
slightly shivers as I see his eyes, or lack thereof.
And then the crow sort of leans slightly, almost staring into your eyes. And then in a very, very gentle cadence, the crow begins to speak. Once, twice, 3 times. Hunted, hunted, hunted. Does he escape? Does he not? Take him away from us, it hurts. If you'd like that in clear words, that was once, twice, 3 times. Hunted, hunted, hunted. Does he escape or does he survive? Take him away from us, it hurts. And with that, he puts his sunglasses back on, and you note the bird's eyes go sort of glossy again, as if they're bird's eyes. They're no longer a little more humanized. Future looks at you and, well, shit, I'll give you this. At least you're interested. Go chat.
Well,
with
what
your
did you
family.
say?
You heard the bird.
Yeah,
being hunted?
it was.
If you escape or not is yet to be seen.
Well, why did it hurt?
Often happens where there's too many paths. Bits if you don't make sense. Bits if you don't line up, I guess. It's like your friend said, you don't exist. Why don't you go talk
But
to your
then that-
family?
Okay, I'll walk back over.
And
Oh,
that's
like we're your family?
There's a figure of speech, Vulgo.
Yeah, I knew that.
It seems as though I've sort of gotten us into a sticky situation. Is this what all we want?
I mean, have you never been part of gang before? You've never been part of large-scale
have?
criminal organizations before? Just me?
No,
I can't
Brozzig.
I can't say I have Brozzig, unfortunately.
Not large scale.
I
Like
used to
small
be in a
time.
book club.
That's pretty criminal.
I mean, you
I,
know,
I
it
once
is-
I once forgot to return a book to the library.
Oh my god.
No, it can be very safe and very dangerous at the same time. Not
But
book
then we
clubs,
should.
not book clubs, criminal organizations.
I
You
mean,
haven't been there for the debates over
I've never been in a book club
Mhm.
before, no.
Bella and Edward.
I do not know
This
these
is my
people.
worry. This is my worry.
I mean,
mean-
they are a far-reaching organization. They can protect us. You know, they want good for the people of Uruxos.
I agree, Brozzig, but we pledge our lives to these people. You understand that?
He didn't say lives. He just said, problems. We have to help with problems.
I'll give him the look.
What dangerous
Okay,
problems.
Okay, no, he was, being, yes, vague on purpose. I understand. Del, what do you think?
I mean, I support the cause. I'm a little wary of bringing more trouble down on ourselves, but if we can get in good with them, it will. I think we'd be a lot safer than we are now with no allies or
I mean,
anything.
They are very concerned with, corporate corruption and things like this.
Exactly.
They may be very interested in our story.
I wonder if they've heard anything
O-
about
Oleg
it. Actually,
will sort of mutter. Oleg will sort of mutter under his breath. They say they are.
Well, maybe they don't care about what we're going through. Maybe they just want more bodies to throw at their problems.
It is possibility, for sure.
We should just be on our way and go to the tunnels and just get used to the dark.
Brozzig, give me an insight check, please.
I am proficient in that.
nice.
Yay.
8. Good,
Eight.
-1.
Yeah, you don't know much about the Collusion in Gem, but you do know one thing. Walking away is not always an easy option.
Mhm.
You're in their space now. You know where their base is. You've shown them you know where their base is. You've shown them a bit of your future. It's not always easy just to walk off. And you will note that at one end of the road is Shift, who you have met the teleporter. At the other end is Future. There are no exits from this route.
Yeah, I'm starting to think this isn't a, we're just looking sort of situation.
Didn't stop the window shot.
We may have
Yeah.
already made our decision just by coming here, Vulgo. It may be too late to hide in dark.
But then why give us the choice? They can't just keep us here.
We do have choice. We can try to leave.
Well, let's do that.
They can choose to kill us.
Oh,
Well,
that guy teleported.
They wouldn't.
Can you
do
teleport?
that.
If you can
You know I
teleport,
can't.
then I'm dead. Then you should have told us.
It's decided then.
I
I think it
so.
already is. Vulgo, you just stick with us, okay? We will do our
Where
best
Yeah.
else would I go?
to protect you. Well, don't run, do not run.
Oleg will turn around to face the Future and sort of nod and say,
Door's over there. And he points
We are
towards
ready.
like a big garage door with a lever on the side that'll pull up the. You know it's going to head down underground. Yeah?
Looks like we're going underground anyway.
Great. Love that.
I hope we get sunglasses. Everybody here has cool sunglasses. Hope we can get a pair.
I was gonna ask about that. What? It's so dark here. all
When
the
you head on
time.
down, you will notice that screens on the sides of the walls sort of make it look like other scenes as you head on down here. And it feels a bit sort of spacious. It feels like you're going down somewhere nice.
looks very
Yeah, that's
derelict.
not right. Well, yes, I didn't put people in the pictures, basically. And as you go on down here, it's very, very quiet. There's a few corridors where there's nobody at all. Then finally, you sort of reach this And to explain it, it's like a left turn. It's a sharp left turn, and in front of you is a counter. A little bar, I guess. And standing at this bar, sorry, I'm just going to go and find her. Is a... Nope, not her. Where is she?
On the way down, I sort of want to mention to Brozzig, like, Brozzig, I didn't know you were a ganger.
Yes, you ever hear of Black Iron? The workers? We are from Perdition. My father, he was he involved.
Brozzig, you are from Perdition.
I've not been back in many, many years. It's been a long time. I got out with my mother. But yes, that is where I'm from. I would not like to go back.
Let us hope it does not come to that.
I hope not.
As you walk towards this counter, you see a girl standing behind it. She has sort of like metal implants extending her elven ears. She's quite short. And then she sees you, she's like, wow! Newbies! Cool! Hey guys, we got newbies!
Jeez.
She's like, yo, what's that? Oh, is that a sunflower with you? Cool. Come on, who are you? Come on, let's get your names. I'm Alia. Nice to meet you. I've been here a while. Did you need a drink or something? You've been walking along. I've got detox back here. I've got 7 cans.
Ooh, I'll take one.
It's the green one. Yeah. Anybody else?
Are these free?
As opposed to like what? You think it's a shop? Hell, it's not a shop. Come on, have a drink. Welcome in. Newbies!
They're very welcoming down here.
Vulgo, she seems much safer. Maybe you can talk to her.
She's like, oh, hey, wait till you meet the guys. Hey, Newton, we've got newbies. And this guy sort of heads on down. He's got this like proper little big headset on. And he's like, oh, hey, guys. How's it going? All right? Welcome in. It's so good to have new blood. We haven't had new blood in a while. How you doing? All right? I'm Newton.
Is that what you want? Blood?
No, I hope not. We don't want blood, do we, in Australia? No, we don't want blood. Do you want a detox? Here.
Oh, thanks.
She like hands you each can. Oh, come on, I'll show you to the lounge. Come on. And she'll lead you down the corridor, like proper happy, chirpy. Doesn't seem like there's anything wrong at all. And when you get there, there's one more guy. There's a dwarf standing down the corridor. He's wearing like a jacket that looks really high tech. And he's got these little markings on his face, these 3 big guns at his hip. And he sort of looks at you.
Oh.
Hey, new guys, eh? Welcome in. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name's Kogan. You all look a bit lost, if you don't mind me saying.
Yeah.
Well, everyone here is so friendly.
Oh, you got spooked out by Future, yeah?
Is just so
He's an odd one, isn't he?
strange. Yes.
Yeah.
They
not really what we were expecting.
They're gonna watch out. We've got to risk exposure, you know, and all of that. But no, don't you be scared by them. Most of us are pretty chill. I mean, I wouldn't get on Gum's wrong side. He's a grumpy asshole, but apart from that, you'll be alright. Yeah, Dylan! Got newbies! Got him some food! You say, why is it always me? I don't want to get the food. I want to meet the newbies. Dylan comes over and sort of, you note that one of his eyes is like not really there. It looks a bit cybernetic-y, almost glassed over. And,
oh, they have a Vulgo too.
I wanted to say it, but I didn't want to say it.
What?
I wanted to say it.
Why is he
Vulgo?
Why is he Vulgo?
You were doing the same voice that that Child's been doing when Vulgo's been like freaking out about.
Okay. He's like, well, hey guys, I'm Dylan. You hungry? I've got subs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Subs?
Yeah, they're fresh. Bread's hot.
Bread.
Bread?
It's always me that has to do the cooking because, like, I don't know. I think it's because I'm the short one. You will note he's a halfling, by the way. I didn't mention that. He is a halfling. I think it's because I'm the short one and I never get to go out on missions or anything. So I'm just here to cook and make you guys feel welcome. But hey, do you want a sub? I've got meatballs. I've got ham. I've got beef.
I've not had fresh bread in maybe 20 years.
Really?
Yes.
Dude, I'm only 23. Wow. kind
I have
of
socks older than you.
Oleg is also like not
Oh.
amused that it is the fact that he's laughing that he hasn't because Oleg obviously has
He thinks
like,
you're
fresh
joking.
bread and
He has no
Yeah,
idea
yeah.
you're not joking.
yeah.
It's like, oh, well, we got fresh subs. Let me get you some. What you want? Beef, meatballs, ham? None of you
Meatball.
people, like, don't eat meat or anything, do you? That's...
Meatballs.
Anything.
Anything? Come on,
ham.
not picky, are you?
No,
All right.
Pigeon.
I still like, Oleg doesn't believe that
Four
he's gonna
meatballs?
get brought a sandwich.
4 meatball subs, is that
I,
what we're going?
no,
Meatball.
no, I don't want anything.
You're not hungry.
I didn't say that.
I'll have his. Get 4.
I'll get
please.
4 meatball subs. Come right up. Hey, it's a pleasure to welcome you in, man. Family's family. I'm supposing Ford and Eliana will want to talk to you at some point, but until then, like, you kick back and relax and, like, get set. You look like you've had a rough day. And,
Something
Thank you,
like that.
man.
Kogan sort of, hey, Dylan, I know you're making friends, but, like, scram. Dylan's like, all right, I'm coming. All right, 4 maple subs, come right up. No harm in being nice, Kogan, you should try it sometime. Kogan's like, yeah, whatever. And Alia, the girl who you first spoke to, was like, so, what's your story? What do you come to Collusion for? What can I do for you? What can we all do for you? You know, are you here to... I don't know. People normally come with an agenda or something. You come with an agenda?
We're trying to hide.
Our
Good place for
agenda's
that!
Not die.
Oh,
People
no,
are
you're in
after
trouble?
us.
Oh, girl! And with that, she sort of wraps her arm, like, kind of uncomfortably, Paisley, around your shoulder, and is like, hey, we'll keep you safe. Yeah, we will. All of you, come on. Look at you, you don't even... Whoa! You're not got implants?
No.
How are you gonna get fucked out there, girl?
What do you mean?
Well, how do you defend yourself?
I got this. I pull out my slingshot.
Yo, that is ancient.
It's called
God.
vintage.
That is something, man.
Yeah. I mean, ideally, we're just waiting for this whole thing to blow over.
So you're in trouble. Maybe it's probably best you talk to Ford and Eliana about that. They're the big guys, you know. They do some of the main stuff. But in the meantime, we got subs, we got detox. You know, can't say the reception's not that. Here, take a seat, calm down, like grab a sofa.
Yeah.
She points
I
towards all
will.
these different sofas and suggests that you will like take a seat, chill out. After a few moments, Dylan comes with like hot meatball subs. You've got like beautiful marinara sauce over it, melted cheese. Bread is fresh, bread is hot. He puts down one in front of each of you, even though Vulgo said he wasn't hungry. Vulgo,
Well,
it smells real good.
Well, I want to pick it up and kind of inspect it to see if there's any poison or if there's anything. I mean, I don't think Vulgo knows what a meatball sub should look
Right?
like.
Give me a minute. Give me a medicine check.
Brozzig's already eaten his before he.
Give me a medicine check, Vulgo.
It's gone.
As you're doing it, as you're making your medicine check, Newton sort of looks at you and, whoa, you really are a bit wary, right? Man, what's happened to you? You poor guys. Don't tell me. Don't tell me you should tell Ford and Eliana, but like, it's all right, man. Just eat. What was your medicine check?
A 10.
Potluck. I'll just take a bite and see if you die. The other 3 seem to have survived so far.
Yeah, but it
Yeah,
might
I'm
take a while to
fucking this
kick
up.
in, so I'll wait 5 minutes.
Can I talk to Kogan?
Yeah, I mean, he's
quick?
sitting right
Yeah,
in a group with you all.
As a
Yeah.
you know,
What's up?
as a dwarf, Kogan
Are you speaking in Dwarvish or Common?
dwarvish.
Okay.
Whoa, I
Within
love
2 words, he's like, whoa! Everything in the open here, yeah?
Oh,
We're all
sorry.
family, all friends. Don't speak Common. I know it's kind of good to get back to the native and all that, but maybe in a separate room. But in public, we're all friends. It's all in common, yeah.
You know, it's not the conversation was not anything meant to be private. It's just I don't
Share
tend
with
to
us all.
use
No,
it
of
as
course.
much, but detox stuff is fine. But do you have anything little? Do you have any beer?
Yeah.
Mead?
About that. If you're going to help out, well, that's job number 1 right now. We need to collect our
Get
supplies. Yeah, our truck didn't turn up.
Oh no.
So
This is tragedy.
Yeah, pretty bad. I mean, sure, the booze is pretty rough, but there's more than just booze on there. We're missing bandages, we're missing medicines, we're missing syringes, all that sort of stuff. Our medical supplies are on there. No response from the guys either, so that's going to be next trip out, I think. But and the whole room just stands up. Everyone just stands up immediately and sort of nod their head, and this really confident-looking elf walks in. You'll note she's wearing like incredibly old traditional armor. You've never seen anyone wearing armor like this. It's like it's metal. It's plate mail. She's got a huge greatsword on her back. She's got really bright eyes. No sign of any sort of implant or cybernetic marking at all. And walking next to her is an Asimar, who most definitely has plenty of cybernetic markings. He has sort of like the mark of the neck. He's got this huge, like, holstered rifle over his back, and this big sort of Sig Sauer pistol at his hip. And as the two of them come in, and Ford sort of nods, and pleasure to meet you. Welcome in. Aliana says nothing. She just stares at you.
Is she a high elf?
She is most definitely an elf. Whether she is high or wood elf, you are not that sure.
Okay.
I thank you for accepting us. We are most gracious.
That is yet to be seen, but it is assumed that as soon as we let you in, I'm sure you'll find a way to be of use.
Well, we didn't really have a choice.
Why not? Came of your own accord, did you not?
This is true.
The lads say you might be of some trouble. Do you mind if we speak privately?
I would prefer it.
Very well.
I thought this was a family, no secrets. And I'll point to the dwarf, as if to blame him for saying it.
And Eliana nods, and for the first time she says, "That is true. But not everything needs to be a secret. If what has got you in trouble endangers us by knowing it, we don't endanger our family. Come to the office." And she'll begin to lead the way. She leads you along and gestures towards a couple of seats where you can where you can sit down, and you will notice that there is a huge glass-fronted window in front of the office. And as you look out, there is a base. You see various people walking around, most of them in fairly colourful-looking jackets. There's a lot of yellow and blue going on, lots of tattoos, lots of spiked-up hair. It's very traditional cyberpunk to look at, if you can picture that in your head. I mean, you've seen what Newton looks like. Pretty much every other guy is dressed like this. They've all got purple and pink hair and whatever. It's a very traditional cyberpunky. Apart from Eliana, obviously, who is really not anything of the sort.
And no one else is dressed like her.
No, she looks proper weird. I mean, not only is nobody else dressed like her, you've never seen anyone dressed like this.
Have we seen it like in a museum, or is this completely foreign?
No, maybe in a movie. About like, so for example, we might see plate mail in like Lord of the Rings, but we've never seen it in real life ever, unless it's in your house. But we ignore that. But yes, in general, most people, I certainly have never seen a set of plate mail eye to metal, but I've seen it in a movie. So yeah, you might be able to identify that it's some sort of armor, but you know it's ancient.
Okay.
And she sort of, hey, sorry if you feel a bit unwelcomed. Future said you had trouble coming. And we like to shelter people with problems and help them out. But we have limited resources and we're applying them to everything we can. So...
Who's currently talking, sorry?
Eliana.
Oh, okay, she's
The elf.
being nice.
Well,
she's been nice the whole time.
No, because when you introduced her, she looked like serious and mean.
She's being very serious, but she does seem to be being friendly.
Okay, cool.
Your man Future out there, he was sympathetic to our problems, and suppose, was understanding of our circumstances.
He needs a hard life, seeing things in different ways to the rest of us. And although he's a bit of a softy inside, he really cares about the safety of the Collusion. And that's good. Because we are an endangered species, don't get that wrong. Being here is somewhat dangerous, but you need to share your secrets eventually. What troubles you? What are you hiding from? What are you running from?
Well,
We don't know.
I guess the first thing we should ask is, do you know Focus Tech?
That's some sort of upper ground company?
Okay. So
One moment. She's never heard of them. She's asking, are they a company? And then she sort of, you see her focus for a second as if she's doing something. And she moves her hand in an unusual manner. I think all of you would recognize that she's casting some sort of spell, but nothing more than that. After a short while, a gentleman comes in, who I am looking for. Here we go. An older dwarf, much older dwarf. And he sort of shuffles into the center of the room. He's using a stick to walk. You called, mistress. Have you heard of Focatech?
yes.
Focus Tech? No. Can't say I have. Should I?
It would be beneficial to us if
I think
someone had.
I have different question for you.
He sort of puts his fingers to his head and nothing on the net about them.
There won't be. Have you ever heard of a company and all of its employees disappearing all at once?
Like mass murder kind of thing.
Potentially.
No.
Invisible. God.
More like erased from existence type of thing.
Hell no. It's impossible. Too many threats, too many lines.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Eliana
yet-
sort of. Thank you, Goran. I will.
This is all
talk to you
hypothetical,
later."
Goran. Hypothetical.
Yeah, go
She
on.
nods and Goran sort of. All right. Good luck, mistress. And he sort of walks out with his stick. Eliana says, "Oh, Goran is. Our eyes and ears above. Is widened, so to speak. If you don't know it, it doesn't exist. Or it's hidden well. You mentioned a company erased from existence. Do I guess that you were part of the company?
Yes, you've seen through my ruse. It is not hypothetical. It has actually happened to us. Yes. We have been spared, the four of us here.
Because you're irrelevant. You have no implants, right? Unnoticed.
Correct.
Like the crack in the doorway. He might not have heard of this before, but I have heard of something similar. When a house is removed from the Fey Court, back in the day, a long, long time ago, long before all this technology came about, it was traditional to remove all memory of them. Magic like that hasn't surfaced for a long time. But
Did she say the Fae?
yes, the Fey Court, which
Okay.
you know has not existed in this world or in any plane connected to this world for at least 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Well, I know of old magics. Well, you assume that because you were missed, you were hunted?
I mean, we're not. It is not assumption.
Once, twice, 3 times, hunted. Right.
Kind of confirmed things.
What do you think the Collusion can do for you?
Aren't you guys all
Initially-
about, like, anti-corporate influence?
You
Helping the
believe
little
a
guy?
specific corporation was involved in this? Government, perhaps? Or you do not know? You wouldn't know, would you?
I mean, the specific company is gone, so it has to be government, right? This has to go all the way up.
I didn't say we wouldn't help. I asked what you think the collusion can do for you.
We are in need of, we are, like I said, you're correct. Hunted is sort of how we feel all the time. If any sort of protection you could give us, even if you could, we literally, all I have is mop to my name and backpack.
We can get you getting out, that's for sure. But we would need some understanding here. The collusion is not limitless on resources, but right now we seem to be spread a bit thin. In exchange, we would ask some help. But things within your means. Keeping an eye out, watching for things. Being a lookout. Lifting boxes. Plenty of boxes to lift. Provided our damn delivery arrives. Ford, are you looking into that? And Ford's eyes swivel backwards, and where they were gold before, now they're dark black. And they go back to gold, and still no sign. Anyway,
Perhaps your
we've got
shipment's
jobs
been
within
hit.
your means. That's possible. It's more likely it's got a damn problem again. Last time the tracks came off.
Mechanical problem.
Yeah, well, ever since Nicholas got involved in whatever it is he's got involved in, he's been pretty useless on the mechanical front. When Goran's getting on a bit.
Well,
Why, you
you're
think
in
you can
luck
fix things? Is
with
that what
the
your company did?
specialty of my friend here.
I worked engineering for what was our company.
How about we get you kitted up? Do you need a night's... Well, there's no sleep for the rest of us. Before we give you a night's sleep, we'll get you kitted up a little bit. And then send you with a good escort. See if we can locate the place. Maybe you might help get it back here.
That is agreeable to me.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. Is there anything else you need? We can't hide you indefinitely. We can't even hide you particularly definitely, to be honest. A lot of people pass through here. A lot of names, a lot of faces. Collusion's not a small outfit. You want to hide somewhere small, but something tells me, and she looks directly at Brozzig. You don't just want to hide. You want to find out what happened. And solve your problems.
You see Brozzig's knuckles go white as he's gripping his mop, and he says, "You understand me well, Alanya."
The collusion is focused on specifics, on the problems of the government, all sorts of things. But I know some people who might be worth speaking to. Ford.
Any information
Sorry, go on.
would appreciate.
Ford. She nods her head, and Ford sort of goes away. And as he walks away, you see him sort of reach up, and he takes a little camera off the wall and pulls it out with him and shuts the door behind him. Eliana looks at you and sort of seems to grow slightly in height. Her eyes sort of glow a little bit, and she... I don't mean to trouble you. I do have a more personal business. And anybody willing to facilitate my personal business, I'd be very willing to assist greatly. You are lacking in power, prowess, in magic, and in implants. I could potentially aid you in at least being a bit more capable of defending yourself, but it would be a most specific agreement.
What were you think? Do you think? Well, you could see how we're not equipped for much. Do you think we could
Power
help with
is
your
not a
personal? Oh,
Judgment is the willingness to be an ambassador for what is good and right. The willingness to stand up and represent me and my interests mostly. I have powerful enemies. Powerful allies. Somebody without implants is... What was the word you used? Future. Non-existent. I could have a use for that. But my powers are limited. I could only stretch them to one of you. She looks over each of you. So I would share some of this curse, this blessing that is upon me. In return, you would be my representative.
What do you mean curse?
I believe that undeath, though
Whoa.
I never died. Long, long ago, when the Fey Court crumbled, I was told that I would never live. I was told that I would never die.
Oh, you showed them wrong.
I was told that I would never die and always remember the faces of my loved ones. Everything I lost that day. It was a long time ago. The world has only got darker. Not Josh looking up the undying warlock. I see your screen going white. Like, is this the subclass I want?
While he's looking it up, in general, our deals with, I know she looks fey, but she's undying.
She's definitely not fey. She's definitely an elf.
An elf. Okay.
When the Fey Court crumbled, she lost everything. It doesn't necessarily mean that she was part of the Fey. I will tell you, she's definitely not offering you an Arc Fey pact, Josh.
Yeah.
No, I guessed it would be undying, and
Well, anyway, she will sort of. Hey.
Hi.
Supplies first, right? I just wanted you to know that, should we reach an understanding, agreement, it wouldn't be risk-free, but most of what I'd need you to do is talk, to be honest. I can't. When I venture forth, people notice. They want to speak with me. They want to interact with me, and sometimes that is a little more than distracting. I tend not to go above ground much. To speak with other representatives, I would need somebody who could be my eyes and ears. Somebody who could speak passionately on my behalf. And stand up for what's right. That aside, should we get you equipped up and perhaps you look a little tired on your feet. We'll get you over wherever this truck has stopped. We'll get you back here. Would that suffice?
We would very much appreciate that, Alania.
Hey, Aisha! She opens the door. Aisha! Hold on. She sort of focuses for a moment, and you can see she's casting that same spell again. Sprinting into the room. Sort of, hey! Oh, sorry. It's on the other side of the unit. Oh, newbies! What's up, guys? Hey. Yo. Oh. Need signing in? Is that what's up? Said Eliana, sort of, we could do with some gear. They're going out on a job. You'll be escorting them.
Nope.
Just sort of, shit, really? The transport's missing. Eliana sort of nods really slowly. It's like, it's the job. Oh, shit, right. Okay, who am I going with? Like, instantly. And Eliana sort of smiles. It's a slightly evil smile. Give me a bit of a insight
Whoa.
check. Anyone who is proficient or has a positive or 0 modifier.
Okay.
6.
So many rules.
How many people have I ruled out there? The whole table?
Not 20!
Nat 20! She
Nice.
knows she's about to deliver news that Aisha's going to hate, and she is glad to be
She
doing
loves it.
She's up to no good.
Yeah, she's just sort of like,
Yeah.
you could just, it's the mischief vibe. She's not actually evil.
She's
just-
wearing a
she just-
shit-eating grin. In
Yeah,
other words.
exactly. Go on.
Yeah.
And Kira. You see Aisha sort of hesitated, going like, and when she's cute, you're just shitting me. You newbies better be fun. Gorm is the most boring man on earth. Don't even get me started on Kieran. Alright. Let's go get you some gear, shall we? Get you suited up and booted up. Or something like that. It's hell, you look like you came from the other side of hell.
It was
Although,
rain.
nice coats.
A
Fancy.
genie gave it to him.
Oh, what, sorry?
A genie gave them
A
to us.
genie? Yo, tell me all about it as we walk. She seems pretty relaxed, and she'll lead you across the Collusion base. You'll see lots of different things here, but for the most part, it's just a lot of corridors and a lot of rooms. And she leads you sort of all around, and eventually she gets to a sort of entry hallway, and she raps 3 times on what is one of those sort of steel shuttered doors that you'd normally see on a shop, right? And after a while, a grizzled orc stands behind it. She's like covered in piercings. Hey! Newbies. Love it. What's your poison? I've got daggers. I've got these little things, and she sort of waves some hand crossbows with a sort of black contraptions. And I got one of these. And she sort of shows you this just large metal pole, basically, with a gripping handle. It looks like what you would know today to be a baseball bat, but baseball doesn't exist in this world. And then she sort of, and I've got some other stuff too if you want to take a look. Here. You'll need your standard first aid kit. I'm going to copy all of this. I don't know whether you're going to take it all, but I'm going to put it all in here. And click show to players. I call it stuff because I'm cool like that. So the first thing is a modern first aid kit, and I have a feeling these are going to open for me in art. Yeah, they are. So I'm going to break the Roll20 tab over and over again to make sure I'm not on it.
Be right back.
So modern first aid kit looks a bit like this. Pictures are coming in chat. Contains a variety of resources for treating wounds, allows for the healing of an ally. It takes an action to spend a charge to heal an ally they can touch for 1d8 plus 1 hit points. Alternatively, you can spend a minute and charge the kit to end any effects of poison or disease on the target. They can also give advantage on medicine checks to do some more complicated shit. So you'll want that, and then she sort of like hands out this shitty looking gun. I mean, it is shitty looking. And she will sort of slide it across the counter with a pack of 40 bullets. Has anyone got my mouse cursor? Can they give it back? Thanks. It looks like this, like half of the wiring's hanging out. It's sort of a little disrepaired. And she said, I've only got one firearm left in stock. Besides, we don't normally give those out early, but yeah.
Already.
Be a little wary. Damn fucking thing keeps catching. So a couple of things, Mikayla, worth noting on this pistol. You will see the information. If you click those things in the stuff thing, they will take you to the link to the item, by the way. At least that's the idea. This is an old JP12. The current model is the JP19.
Busted.
Long out of production. It has a reload of 6, so it must be reloaded every 6 shots. It misfires on any attack roll below a 10, at which point it takes an hour to repair. So expect it to just malfunction in combat all the time. But it shoots bullets, which is better than nothing. Cool. She also slides over a little shock baton, or a shock baton, if you are French. This little prod thing does a little lightning when it shocks. It is effectively a 1d4, plus minus your dex modifier. It is a +1 weapon, technically. And it just goes and shocks people. But when it shocks them, it prevents them from taking reactions on a failed con save. Anybody who fails to save them 5 or more is frightened of you. Beasts make this attack with disadvantage. Whoa. Welcome back, Rico. So far, you've got a first aid kit. You can click the links in the stuff thing, and it will show you what they are. So you've got a modern first aid kit, which you can kind of share between you. I'm not bothered about who's necessarily carrying it, but it allows you to heal people and potentially also end poisons and diseases. You've got a rust bucket pistol. Pictures are in the Roll20 chat. This pistol has a misfire on a 10, and it's in Mikayla's pocket. She yoinked that pretty quick. 40 bullets, Mikayla.
Okay. 40
I think you can literally just search bullets and make sure you don't get bullets sling, but bullets modern. and then you can count from there. A shock baton, which is a D4 electric, like a dagger, like a +1 dagger, basically. And this can shock creatures, causing them to be unable to take reactions or potentially even be frightened. You also have a couple of bulletproof vests, which she slides across the counter. These are effectively medium armor, so only 2 of you can wear these right now. So no surprises. They're also human-sized, which means they will fit the dwarf, but they sure as hell won't fit the goblin. And there's no way they were going to fit Vulgo. Well, they'll fit Vulgo, but I figure Vulgo's not going to wear armor right now.
Yeah.
I'll take a bulletproof vest, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also a pair of brass knuckles for whichever other person doesn't get to fight, doesn't get something better to fight with. These give you a +1 bonus to your unarmed strikes. Just flat. And then finally, there is a couple of scrolls, and she sort of slides these over and is like, I don't really know what these do, but yeah, shit, man, they've got to do something, right? One is of Guardian of Faith, and the other one of Mind Spike. Remember that anyone can use a scroll. It just takes a Arcana check, or if you are a specific spellcaster, a check equivalent to your spellcasting modifier. A reminder that if you are not level 1 yet, you do not have a spellcasting modifier because you don't have a class. So you might want to wait till level 1 before trying to make a charisma check, Josh.
Yeah, Vulgo, you're always reading here. Why don't you take the paper?
Take
It
this.
seems something you would like.
The final item is a wand of viscid globs. This is pretty cool. It basically makes a spell attack, and when you hit it, the creature is restrained. Big glob for an hour. Just a reminder, wands in this world do not recharge, even though the weapon will say it does. The item will say it does. So it will have, I think it's 7 uses, and that's it.
Oh no, it's crafted by Drow. Don't give it to Vulgo.
It's not really. I'm just not. I wasn't going to remake a version of it for that. But that's your gear. She hands you all of that. She also hands you 4 standard issue jackets. One of which is an extra small. And well, just bear in mind, I don't think currently Vulgo's taken anything. So unless we're giving the brass knuckles, you might want a 1 and 1 wand, 1 shock baton.
Well, brass knuckles. So an unarmed strike, if you're not proficient, is just 1 damage, right? So this does 2 damage.
All of your stat blocks have a unarmed strike on them. I think yours is a 2d4 + 1 because you hit people with a sock of coins or something.
Oh, you're counting that as my unarmed?
It says when you make an unarmed strike, you may instead make X. So yeah, you can definitely do that.
That's not what it says on my sheet. But
Does
okay,
it not? Oh,
believe you.
my bad.
Yeah, one you made for me. So.
Oh, okay. And then the other option, yeah, so it's just a +1, and then I think everybody else just has a 1 damage unarmed strike, even if they've got a minus modifier. So this would up it to a 2 and give them a 2 to hit. You don't have to use all of this stuff. Obviously, the brass knuckles could just be remaining out of use. I don't know if this is useful to Vulgo at all, any of it, for example. But yes, you should probably have a way of hitting something.
Yes. Do you have like a trash can that maybe Vulgo could take a few pieces out of? He's really good at hitting things with trash.
You killed like 3 things with the cash.
Stones.
I start reciting the
Specify
Mind Spike
garbage.
spell scroll on Brozzig.
It was compliment.
Yeah, she obviously is also offering you standard issue weapons, guys. So, daggers, hand crossbows, and baseball bats, basically, which are maces. I think everybody's proficient in simple weapons, so you should be able to use any of those.
Hand crossbow is a simple weapon?
No, you should be able to use any of the melee weapons. The hand crossbow requires proficiency.
Yeah, I'll take a baseball bat.
Okay, cool. That's just a mace. Yeah. It will be a great club if
I'll take the knife.
Paisley tries to swing it, and she will be at disadvantage. Yes, I didn't
Probably
think
just
so.
take a dagger.
You take it. Who's taking the shock baton? As a reminder, that is basically a +1 dagger that does electric damage and scares people off.
Oh, I can. I mean, fuck.
Put the one down the
I
scrolls
thought-
and the shock baton.
I thought that was gonna go to Brozzig because I thought it was more like a mace.
Right now, Brozzig looks pretty content with his stick, unless he wants to try anything else.
No, I mean that little tiny bat that is too short. I have I like the big stick here. You have
She
anything
does
like
it.
this? You have
Yeah.
anything like this big stick back there?
Hold on.
I go through like 5 of these a week. I break them a lot.
And
Kind of
she
rough.
sort of goes out the back and will this do? And she's holding a piece of scaffolding. It's
Wow.
about 4.5 foot in length. It's just a metal pole.
Metal. Oh, very, very nice. Here, throw this in trash. And I hand her.
Yeah, she snaps it in half with her bare hands, like doesn't even break it over knees, just like this, and
Ow.
just chucks the 2 pieces over her shoulder. I'll fix it later. Standard issue jacket's extra small, and she sort of she picks it up with one little hand that's like dangling like here. And she hands it over to Paisley.
You?
Medium, and she sort of holds it up, looking at you, Brozzig. Medium. She sort of holds it over towards.
Like medium and then like large. Down
We don't have medium wide and medium small. We just have a medium thin. So and she holds out 2 mediums for you and for Oleg. How tall is Vulgo?
He's like 6'3".
Yeah, so she will hand you a large. It will make your arms look very skinny, but it does
just
hang down
baggy.
long enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a collusion jacket, which means that it will help you to stand out to other collusion members in jobs. There is no, obviously, emblemage or anything like that. It is just pale blue and yellow, like baby blue and yellow, and it's made of leather. You can wear this over a bulletproof vest, zip it over the top, no problem, which will hide it. And she'll give one to each of you. And then she sort of holds out something that none of you recognize. It's a strange, like, circular piece of... Imagine I just detached this little bit of the headset. It's just that. But without the ear pad. And she sort of puts 4 on the counter.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. You just have to get kitted out.
What
What's
what
your
is
dial-in?
that? Wait, what is that?
What's your dial-in? I'll set them up for you. What do you mean, what is it? You mean
What
one of
is-
these?
I like
Yeah.
shake it by my
Yeah,
ear
that
to see
thing.
if I hear
They're your
anything
comms.
rattling.
Phones?
Comms, so you're not on the ICDs.
I see who?
Oh. Well,
Man, where did you come from?
the thing
So,
about that is...
You know your ICDs, right? You hook it up to your ICD, but so that instead of going through the regular ways, you go through the... What do you mean, no?
I'm gonna disappoint. We don't have any of that.
No, we're not plugged in.
We're off the grid.
Shit!
Completely.
Like a devil! I met a devil
Well,
once, didn't have implants.
I don't know about
He was
that.
Is that is that a thing?
You do know that... actually, no, you guys haven't got a clue. Yeah. Maybe you might, Paisley. Give me a religion check.
Odd. Okay. Religion. That was a 4 on the dice, so probably a 3.
You haven't got a clue. You can take our word for it. You do know that some unusual non-humanoid species can struggle with implants. There was once a story in the newspapers about how they tried to put them on a baby dragon, so they could control it, and it didn't work.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, so she says she slept with the devil once who was hot, who didn't have any implants.
I bet he
And
was.
she didn't know how to contact him again. No phone number. Would you believe it? Oh,
Pretty
man,
good.
sucks.
Good for ghosting, though.
Yeah. Right. They wouldn't have any implants either.
Right.
Never mind.
Ah. You're kind of ghosts, right? It's pretty cool. So how do you if you're too far away to talk, do you just shout or do you run to each other or?
We have cell phones.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah.
I haven't seen one of these in years. Oh my god, you have to show
Yes.
Nicholas. He is gonna love these.
I flip it open.
Yeah.
It's got buttons
roller.
and everything.
Yeah.
You really need to show Nicholas. Anyway, you will need to see Nicholas anyway. He'll sort you out with a couple of things for the road. So head down the corridor, 4th right. It's a pleasure to meet you guys. Hope you're well. I just need to... And she sort of points over your shoulder, and you'll note there's a line behind you of 6 people
Oh.
now who are just waiting. Aisha's first. Behind her is a turtle, who looks like this.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
Oh, no.
He's a cybernetic turtle.
I love him.
Behind her
Hands are
is...
huge.
Yeah, one hand is a hand, and the other one is sort of it's like a big metal claw, basically. Behind her is a guy who has styled himself to look a bit like Thor, He's trying to look really intimidating.
Red-headed
He's got
fuck.
these huge shoulders, and he has a massive warhammer on his back that is like glowing at either end. And then behind her is Dylan, the guy who made you your subs. Behind that is Aaliyah. And finally, you see Shift has come in from upstairs. And he is quite loudly drumming on the handrail.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're alright. You take your time.
Up. Thank you.
And then as you go to walk, he teleports and reappears right at the front of the line, just in front of Aisha, and it's like,
Wow.
I was waiting next. Yeah, I need 40 bullets. Come on, quick time. Grazza sort of looks at him and, yeah, 40 bullets, great. Aisha, what do you need? She's like, 40 bullets. She comes back and she's like, 40 bullets. Smacks him on the table, slides him to Aisha, completely ignores Shift. You can continue on down the corridor. And you take your fourth right and find yourself in the Collusion labs.
Ooh.
Bear with me a second, I've got like
They
7
do
seconds to change.
science here.
They do science here, they do. And I even have a little thing for it, if I can find it. Here we go.
Ooh.
Where is Nicholas? Nicholas. Standing in this lab workshop is a gentleman with pointy ears who doesn't look particularly elvish. He's about 4'6". As he sees you come in, hey, welcome. I heard we had newbies. Somebody told me that you're full original, vanilla style. No, none of the brain stuff, you know? Is that right?
It's
That
true.
is so, yes.
Man, that is fascinating. If I wasn't in a
Is it?
hurry, I'd love to have a long chat with you about how you just like do all the normal shit, you know? But anyway,
It's pretty normal, if I'm being honest with you.
It's not that interesting, honestly.
oh, believe me, it is. But anyway, let's get you hooked up with some stuff, right? You know how to drink one of these, and he hands you what is just a healing potion.
Cool. Yes.
Cool. That's
Sure,
fine.
yes.
One each. Try to hold on to them as long as you can. These don't come cheaply.
Is it a regular healing potion?
Of course. You think this is?
Well, I thought maybe the lesser, you know.
Oh right, yeah, no, that's and then this bird is squawking in the corner, apparently, and he looks over it and sort of, shh, don't need your pieces yet. And then he will look over to a large cupboard, and he will find you one other thing, which I'm looking for desperately, but I can't find it. No, I do not need you to take on a rainbow hue. Thank you. There we go. He will also give you a water-breathing potion, and he'll say to you, I don't know why these are standard issue. But, well, you might as well take one. And he gives you one each.
Wow.
I have no idea what you're going to do with those, but have fun. And he's like, do any of you want a jellyfish?
Huh?
To eat?
To
Do what
have?
you like with it.
Great.
Yeah.
No,
Do you-
thank you.
He sort of reaches into an open water tank and pulls out a jellyfish with no tentacles at all. It's just a floating ball.
It's just like
Like,
Are they alive?
no.
I eat it.
Just raw, just
Told me I could eat it. Told me I could eat it.
oh my
Does it-
god. Give me a con save. I love it.
Oh,
Told me
no.
eat it.
Oh no.
I do not hesitate.
Oh wow.
And that one, you take 2 bites and like slowly, this is just like gulchy. Chewing it is so difficult. It's like moving around in your mouth like you're trying to chew on an oyster. It is cold, it is wet, it is slimy. You can't get it down. And then
Yeah.
just literally with no hesitation, he just reaches behind him and pulls out a bucket and just leans over and holds it in front of you for you to be sick into. And as you release your entire meatball sub into the bucket, he just sort of, I wasn't expecting you to do that with it.
Wait, listen, you told me I don't know
said
what
you
the
could
hell
eat
is
it,
going
but
on here.
I assumed
Yeah.
you were going to cook it as
Brozzig.
some kind of delicacy, not just,
Oh, well, you should
Wow.
have been more specific.
That was something, man.
I need instructions.
you guys are different.
What did you do to these creatures?
Well, that one tentacle makes 3 of these, and he holds up the potions of water breathing.
Oh,
Important,
Okay.
you know.
Can I breathe underwater part time now?
I doubt
maybe
it.
try it.
No. Okay.
And he gestures towards the big thing that the jellyfish was in that isn't anymore, which is just an empty tank of water. If you want to
Yeah,
try and
try
breathe
it.
in the water, you can discover that you cannot breathe underwater. You just sort of lean your head in.
Just
Nope. Yeah. Nothing.
Does not.
This troubles you. Okay.
Well, I mean, if these potions aren't useful, then why are you still making them?
Yeah, I keep asking myself that. You know what? It's only 1 per new recruit. I've given out, I don't know, it must be 600 of these now. Never had one person ask for a restock.
So you'll stop doing this to the jellyfish.
But no. Not unless we
It's
stop getting
alright,
members.
Volgo.
They're old.
They don't have nervous systems.
They're old when we use them.
Well, that doesn't
During their
mean
life, they're
that-
brilliantly helpful. Fascinating creatures. First of all, they can sterilize certain liquids, which is really helpful. They seem to enjoy it. They grow all sorts of happy colors. And secondly, their poison can be harvested. Like, shut up! I'm not ready for you yet. He turns around to the bird again.
I look at Brozzig. Does he look poisoned?
No.
Good.
Just like he's been sick.
Does he look
He's a dwarf
sterilized?
anyways. He wouldn't notice.
I am resistant to poison. I am fine. I am perfectly happy.
Well, that.
He's just green. He's completely green. Looks,
Yeah, I also have these for you, but they. Well, anyway. And he hands you each a pair of effectively latex gloves. These are your. Please, I'm busy. And he looks back to you and he sort of holds out these like latexy leather gloves, and they mask your fingerprints.
Oh.
I'm also told that if you steal a weapon, they will allow you to use it even if it has a personal signature on it. So some guns are attuned to specific users, but you can fire them with these gloves on.
It's cool.
We've never stolen a gun yet, so it hasn't come into practice.
What?
So my theories are not tested yet.
I thought that's all you guys did. You know?
No, we don't really have much fighting going on in the Collusion. It's mostly rebel causes and, graffiti and signs on walls and posters and all that stuff.
I was misinformed.
Oh, we do some rescue jobs and stuff, but that's normally when people have got lost trying to get from one city to another in the wilderness or things like that. Or, yeah, there's never any yeah, we have a few attacks, but mostly it's just defensive firing and running. We're good at running the Collusion, real good at running.
Great.
Anything else? Great.
I don't think so.
You headed out. Probably don't know where to gather for missions, do you?
No.
Relocation disc is at the end of the corridor on the right. You should find Aisha waiting for you.
Why does that bird keep squawking?
But I haven't taken it out yet. Yeah, he
Of
needs
its
to go.
cage?
Yeah, he needs to go flying for a couple of hours. He gets tetchy.
Why don't you let it out?
I had to wait till you guys finish restocking you. It's about 10 minutes past Wookiee's time, or flying time, whichever way you look at it. Christoph gets a bit annoyed if I make him wait.
Oh.
I think it
Talk
just
about
broke
annoyed.
out.
He sort of looks back and, what are you doing back? That's a new trick. Alright. Let the cage down. The bird is flapping real hard and has literally almost uprighted the cage. It is a very beautiful bird. You don't know in-game, but you would recognize it as players to be a dove. But like a little
Pretty.
larger. And it does seem to have cybernetic markings on its neck.
You Even the birds are implanted around here. Let's.
Oh, my bird is.
Disgusting.
Christoph's a clever bird. Don't underestimate him.
Never.
He looks back and smiles. But he does keep squawking. At least he doesn't talk like Future's Crow. That shit's creepy. Alright, snack bar's the last on the left if you need something to eat on your way out.
Thank you.
As you go past on the way on the left, you will see effectively a vending machine. It is full of chocolate candy and potato chips. It is 5 credits for a bar, or 5 credits for a packet of crisps, or a packet of chips, whichever way you look at it.
Are there already chocolate bars with caramel?
Yeah, definitely.
Like runny caramel?
Yes, there's the Carmack.
Boom, 5 credits. Poorer.
I'm getting some chips.
Good use of
We
it.
just had all those meatball subs and jellyfish, and now you're buying snacks.
Brozzig, how often?
I didn't touch
Hello.
mine.
You going for? Would you like the barbecue chips? Would you like the cheese and onion or the pickles?
Ooh, give me the pickles.
Yeah. Okay, pickle chips coming through. They're literally called pickle chips, but it's spelled Pikl chips, which is really annoying.
Of course it is.
Yeah. And as you vend these out, you see Aisha sort of with her hand in a bag of pickle chips, sort of looks at you. Hey, girl! Yeah, we match. Cool.
My favorite.
You nearly ready? Did you know how to use that? She nods towards the pistol.
I mean, I know the theory.
That's all you need. Point, aim, miss. At least
Exactly.
that's what our friend here does, and she nods towards Kieran. And Kieran said, "I'll have you know that I once hit a target 375 feet away with a palm pistol." And she says, "Yeah, keep telling them that. Keep it up, they'll believe you." And as Kieran begins to tell you how he made his 375-foot palm pistol shot, we will take a short break. But just before we do, I must give you 10 XP for visiting Simon.
Wow.
Because I totally forgot to do that at the time. A further 5 XP for getting into the Collusion labs. Or Collusion base. And yeah, that's that. Cool. 15 XP so far. We will see you shortly. Hello and welcome back to the Transformers episode 2. Or at least that's what Paisley thinks we're playing. Yes, we are on our way to rescue a truck, is what you were last told. And with you are Aisha, Gorm, and Kieran.
Aisha, Gorm, and Kieran.
You're headed out to Dogtown. And Aisha was sort of like, "Hey, so you never done this sort of stuff before? None of this sneaky stuff, none of that stuff. Can you defend yourselves? Like, what's the thing? What's the sitch? You know what I mean?"
I was escort for many years. I am well versed in nighttime street travel. Do not worry about Brozzig.
Brozzig, I didn't.
You went on dates with people and stuff, or like?
Brozzig just stares at her. He just stares at her and says nothing.
You mean like sort of like almost like a
bodyguard?
bodyguard?
Yes, I believe that's what he
Right, yeah, cool. Oh wow, yeah, you should be a tough guy. Nice. And you? And she sort of looks over at Vulgo.
I worked in the customer service department, in the company, so I dealt with people's like complaints and issues and stuff like that.
He has
Right.
people skills.
Yeah, I suppose those are needed. I don't have people skills. That's needed, you know? Somebody with a calm head, cool head, all that stuff. And then the Tordor sort of turns to him. I have some people skills, I think. Nobody ever gets sad with Dawn. Always a nice, lengthy conversation. What company did you work for as a
Focus Tech, have you heard of this?
representative for Focus Tech?
No, you haven't.
No,
Yeah, I didn't think
I
so.
have not. I don't go up top side. And Aish just cuts over the top. He doesn't get up top much. Yeah, cool. We're getting there going. Brilliant. Right, come along now. And Kieran's like, I get up to top side all the time. Did you know that I once worked for a huge multi-million-pound company?
And
I was middle management, you know. I got offered a promotion, but I thought, no, I want to fight for for freedom and for the lowly guys, you know, and for the little man. And so I left to join the Collusion. And Aisha said, I thought you left because you got your arm cut off. I was like, well, yeah, that happened too, but like, then it got so mad. I could have gone back to my old job, you know.
How'd you, if you don't mind me asking, how'd you get your arm cut off doing middle management?
No. Two different things. So I was fine in Perdition, in the rings, you know. And I got my arm bitten off by this huge guy. He was mad. He had like massive teeth. I think he was part ogre, real super muscly guy, you know.
You don't say.
Said he wanted to take me for a ride. I don't quite know what he was on about. And she said to Aisha, I thought you got it bitten off by a dragon. Oh no, that was the other arm. That was about 6 years ago. We were trying to train a dragon down in Perdition, and one of the guys down there wanted to use it for the fires for his forge, you know. And I was trying to fix his tonsils. The dragon was a little bit sick, so I reached in and I bit my arm off. But I got that fixed up magically by some strange, like she was like purple and blue, man. She was a fae. She was magical and mystical, beautiful, beautiful woman. Oh, and she had this like air of mystery about her. Once.
Are you on mist? Are you smoking mist right now? Are you high on mission?
I don't touch any drugs. This right here, beautiful vegetable only fed body. Look at it. He sort of does this, and he takes steroids.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Brozzig, you know about crime and stuff. Is that true? Like
anything he said? Probably not.
There's no dragons down in Perdition.
I mean,
fueling a forge.
You could probably find a dragon down there. Maybe it's a very big place. I never personally saw one though.
Okay.
I saw a dragon once, high in the sky, when I worked as a driver on the land trains. It was before they put the robots in place. I got replaced. That's why I joined the Collusion. Amazing job driving the land trains, because you saw all of the strange things in the wilderness, like the dragon. He was dark red and beautiful and shiny, majestic.
They let this guy drive?
It's a long, slow drive in a straight line. Good job for a turtle. We are very patient. I sure was like, yeah, you'd have to be just to listen to yourself. Anyway, before you guys drive them out the Collusion, shall we get on with it? And you have actually been walking for quite a way around these streets. And after about half an hour of listening to Gorm drivel on about the Red Dragon, and Aisha desperately try and shut him up, Kieran will tell you that he once had no implants. He had them all ripped out and put them all back in, because he wanted to go off-grid for a while. It was part of his meditation phase, where he was trying to become a monk. And he said of you know that he's just chatting shit constantly. But there does seem to be some element of understanding or at least knowledge in his stories. Who was it who was proficient in insight? Was that you, Brozzig?
Brozzig.
You seem like a doubter. Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Well, these aren't working.
Can I help? I'm also doubting him.
Are you also proficient in insight?
No, but I'm asking Brozzig, to confirm this story, making him think really carefully about it.
A 6.
Yeah. A 6 doesn't do it. You can roll with advantage, though. Paisley is super helpful.
Yeah, I'm helping.
She's like bringing up relevant moments of the story.
Yeah, exactly. I want to know
Did
how
your
much of
advantage
this
help?
guy's story is bullshit.
18.
Yeah!
Ooh, do it like it's hot or something. I don't know. Don't know where I was going in that sentence. Do it like it's something. Do it like a dude. Yeah, that'll do.
Sure.
But yeah, with a 19, you realize that these stories, like, they're logical, and they may well be true stories. They're just not his stories. So there probably is a dragon somewhere firing a force to pit someone's arm off. It just wasn't Kieran.
And we know there's a guy that likes to, what did he say? do what to people? I don't remember the guy.
Yeah. So
We know
wants
that
to take
guy.
him for a ride. Yeah, you know who that
Take
guy
him for a
is.
ride.
Pre-campaign, you did meet him. He offered Sugar if he could stand up to one punch. Yeah.
This Kieran seems like his type. So
Yes,
Yeah.
that is not so true.
Wow.
Kieran's not big enough. But as you proceed along with Golden boring with tears to you all, you come around the corner and you see a land train. No, you don't. You see a long truck with sort of like tank-like tracks on either side. And standing next to it is a skeleton. He looks thoroughly bored. As he sees you approaching, he says, "Oh, hey guys. Hey Aisha." And she's like, "Hey Kronk. How's it going?"
Wrong?
"Yeah. That's me. Kronks, I think actually might be his name. I've lost him. Sorry, give me a second." Where's my NPC gone? I'm trying to send you a picture. I've completely lost him. Here we go. Kronks. He's not
Aw.
currently holding a gun.
Wow, he looks cool.
He is cool. And he's standing there. He's like, "Hey, Aisha!" And he's just like, "Hey, Kronks.
Guys.
You guys finally got along."
Are those skeletal wings?
He does have a sort of wing-like figure behind him. You don't think he can fly. But you're not
It's
sure.
decoration, maybe.
For the fashions.
And he sort of swivels his body without moving anything below his hips. So you know that there's like a metal
Classic.
sort of rotation pole at his spine. And he said, "Oh, newbies! Hey, I'm the deliverer. How's it going?"
Wow. Okay, is it normal to see a skeleton walking around, or
You've
should
seen
we
a few
be
awakened
surprised?
undead in the past.
Okay.
He
Got
looks a
it.
bit more than that. He is definitely completely titanium.
Wow.
He's not actually a skeleton, he's just titanium. But he's made to look like a skeleton.
Oh, so he's like a robot.
You're not so sure, but he does have 3 arms.
T800.
And he sort of looks over at you and went, "Well, I'm the deliverer, and as you can see, I'm having a bit of a problem. And there's a lot of things I can do, but mechanics ain't one of them. So, you guys gonna go back and get Goran? Because, he nods towards the broken track on the right-hand side.
I think perhaps I will give it a try.
Oh, Newbie's a mechanic. Love it. Set 2, brother man.
Mm-hmm.
How about I, take the rest of you for a drink?
yes,
That
Alright.
seems kind of...
You guys, guard the newbie. What's your name, newbie?
Oleg.
Oleg. Pleasure. I'm Kronks. We'll be right there. And he points towards a sort of bar a little way over. It's like a little bistro, a little bit of a gastro bistro, posh looking pub, basically. And he's going to take just you 3 for a drink. No one else. The others are going to stand around and guard Oleg. So, what's your poison? It's on me.
Are you buying? Are
Oh,
you
yeah.
buying, Kronk?
It's on me.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, Kronks, you're a stand-up guy.
That's me. I can stand up and sit down. Magic, innit? And with that, he lifts up one leg and just like places it on his shoulder.
What? Is he hopping around now?
No, he's just standing still at this point. He doesn't continue to move while he does it. He's at the bar. The bartender, sort of a rather rather bulbously fat man with a completely autonomous metal hand floating around behind the bar and just a stump on his arm. His hand sort of moving about on its own. He asked you a question. What's your poison? Drinks? Any of you?
Preferably not poison.
Yeah, right. It's a phrase, catchphrase, you know, like
It's a figure of speech, Volgo.
What's the beat on the street?
I don't really go out much.
Do you even drink, Volgo?
Well, you know what it was like. 3 days off. I didn't really have time to
That's
hit
the
the
best time
clubs.
to get wasted.
You're drinking tonight, my friend. Give us the. You drink Krunks? You drink what do you drink? You drink.
What happens when you drink? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Was that rude?
Krunks reaches up, pulls his head off, and pushes it through his ribcage and back up, and puts it back on. And do I look like I drink?
All right,
I
three.
can't tell what
Three
you
are-
do.
Yeah, we don't. We will talk once we get beer in us.
Yes, we will.
Give us your best dwarven beer, please. 3 of them.
Wow.
On it. And the hand sort of takes these 3 big tankards, raises them right up, sort of old-style dwarven tankards like this.
Whoa.
Raises them right up to a barrel up the top. And then this big foaming mug of ale, puts it in front of all 3 of you. It's 75 credits, and Krunks just sort of puts down the back of his arm, and a little sort of jabby thing comes out and like turns into a chip. And he pays, and then he pulls it back in. 3 ales. We'll take that table there, and his hand comes off his arm, and picks up the 3 ales and carries them over in front of him.
You will like this. Trust Brozzig.
What do you call that thing? A tankard? It's as big
I
as
believe
my
that's the
head.
phrase. You are quite small.
I don't think I'm gonna finish this, Brozzig, but thank you.
The dwarf
I'll
looks like
definitely
he
try
can drink
it.
more than one.
Yeah.
But as you guys sit down, Oleg, as you are leaning down to these tracks, it is very obvious that that one of them has actually been wrenched out. It looks like somebody's actually physically done it to the truck. And there is just a missing single bolt of metal between. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check. I believe you have advantage on these.
No.
As per your trait, you have advantage on things to
I have
investigate
expertise.
a thing. Oh.
Oh.
I'd have to look at your stat block. I don't have your stat block to hand, or your feat. Inventor feat.
You do have
Inventor.
advantage.
Oh, I do.
It says...
Amazing.
Your experience with engineering gives you an edge when it comes to machines that might confound the common man. You can work out more complex functionalities that others realize they may have. You have advantage on history and arcana skill checks related to mechanic and electrolysis devices.
I'm going to use my D4 card.
Okay, cool. Deal him out.
Ugh.
Let's find out what our inspiration is today. The outer world is a reflection of the inner world. Other people's perception of you is a reflection of them. Your response to them is an awareness of you. How
That's
inspiration.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Isn't it just? We won't let Josh delete it. I'll record it to the deck.
He puts it in the shredder.
It is literally what it does. I have to re-add it to the campaign if you delete the card. It's quite unhelpful.
That's so funny.
I just re-add the deck afterwards. Oleg, that is a total of
17.
Great. Yeah. You could fix this real easy if you had the metal to go in the gap. But you do not have the raw parts.
We have a metal man.
You do have a metal skeleton, but I don't think he's going to
We just
appreciate
put
being
his
part
rib
of the
in there.
truck.
He's just taking off his parts left and right. I don't think he'll mind.
And the only thing he's removed is his head. He hasn't removed any other parts.
I thought you said he took off his leg.
Who's around?
Oh, no, he just put his leg, he lifted his leg off the ground and just put his foot on his shoulder. Who's around you? You've got
Yeah.
Aisha, Gorm, and Kieran.
God, fuck Gorm. Aisha.
Yeah! You sorted out the problem. You fixed it already.
Not quite. Do we have raw material? I need some parts, some metal.
Oh, we got loads back at the lab.
Nothing here.
No, but shift's pretty quick. How much do you need? And what do you need? Because you don't call, right?
No, I don't
Okay.
have that.
Say it real slow. I'm a bit thick.
I'll say the exact amount of metal.
Okay.
And I'll use Lenny as my
Measuring tool. Yeah.
rule. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Please don't ever make that hand gesture with Lenny ever again. I don't know what that was, but we can't see your hand. We can only see your arm, which makes it far worse. Please don't do that to Lenny.
Measuring.
Poor
I'm measuring.
guy.
Oleg really likes Lenny. Oh man.
You turn him into he literally just spurts out like an entire tape measure out of his chest.
Now he's spurting out. right?
Oh my
Yes,
god.
out of his chest!
Buffing.
God
We're gonna
damn
start
it!
buffing balls soon.
And he will measure it out. Shift will tell you it's about 50 minutes before he gets there, which is about half the time it took you guys. In the meantime, I said, well, got nothing better to do. We'll guard the truck. Go on, go join your friends.
Just to let you know, it looks a little bit like sabotage. Not natural that this were to happen to track. You know what I mean?
I think that is likely. We often have people who try and cause us problems, even when we disguise our trucks very well. Last time, somebody took an entire section out of one of the wheels. And Aisha sort of, yeah, go. We'll keep watch. As for the sabotage thing, that's kind of expected. It's sort of the collusion thing. We try and screw over other people, and they screw us over in return. It's all a game of chess. It's better than shooting each other, I guess. Why don't you join your friends for a drink? Don't worry about it. Like, as soon as the shift's here, we'll get you out. Good job, mechanic man.
Thank you.
No problem. And,
I'll head on over.
okay. When the bartender sees you, he sort of looks over to Kronks, and Kronks nods. And the bartender's hand will again detach and bring you over a dwarven ale and sit on the table in front of you when you sit down. And Kronks has just sort of sat these guys down. It's like, oh, hey, got the problem solved already?
Waiting on shift to send us parts.
Ah, that'll be the guy.
Yay,
He's almost as
45
quick as me,
minutes.
you know. Okay, good time for a drink. Now, tell me your story. What happened to you? How come
More
you joined the
interested in
group?
your story.
No, well, everybody is, but let's start with you. Eliana and I are good friends. I assure you that anything you can share with her, you can share with me. So, tell us. What happened? How come you joined us? You don't seem like regular collusion guys, if you see what I mean. Not enough ego.
Listen, this information could possibly get you killed, my friend.
Can't kill Kronks.
Is this a safe place to talk?
One
Yeah, I'm
moment.
gonna look around the bar.
Hey, Elgo!
Or-
I'm gonna cast a spell. I'm good with you. We need some privacy.
Wow.
Elgo sort of looks over and, hey, you do you, Kronks. You do you. And he will cast a protective bubble of sound around you. Specifically a private sanctum.
Wow.
And will tell you, ain't nothing getting in now. So tell
Thank
me,
you.
what's gonna get me
Well-
killed again? And again. Or something.
Have you ever heard of when the entire company and staff completely disappear off face of Earth and from everybody's memory banks?
You know, your standard
That sounds some
thing
serious
that
stuff.
happens.
Yeah. Well, now you have, because that's what happened to us.
You the missing pieces.
We're the loose ends, I guess.
Yeah.
I could see that being problematic.
Yeah, they came. We got the warning at the very last minute, but they came to find us in an apartment and almost it was very close. Almost got to us. We've been on the run ever since.
Begging
Past
your
day.
pardon, but fighting doesn't look your strong point.
We're just regular
running's good.
people.
Yeah, that you are.
I worked in factory for 12 years.
You poor thing.
What? No, it was great.
It was? Shit.
I
missing out.
mean,
Should
If you
be living in the street.
Exactly. And it was simple and easy, and you come home and you get to do your fun stuff for a little while, but it wasn't the worst job out there, you know. It could have been a lot worse.
That's true. You could be a test subject. I've seen what happens.
Yeah.
Well, man, that sounds pretty rough. You need some help defending yourselves. Is that where you're at? Is that why you came to the collusion?
Something like that, perhaps to find answers as well.
I'm not so good at the answer thing, but I've got problems. You've got problems. Kronk sort of looks a little thoughtful and he sort of adjusts his head, and his head sort of tilts almost to the point where it's not really looking at you, looking over his shoulder and back. Where did I put it? And then he sort of reaches down and he pulls a scroll out of his rib. One of his ribs.
Wow.
He sort of scrolls it down. You're looking at the back of it, you can't really see the words. Reads it all the way down. Yeah. I think so. I could use a live subject. You see, there ain't just one Kronks.
You don't say.
No. Kronks makes Kronks, you know? There's only one mind, but lots of Kronks.
Whoa.
That's why they call me the Deliverer. Because I can be where you need me to be, while I'm still where you needed me to be 10 minutes ago. More than one Kronks, you catch my drift?
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm pretty cool, thanks.
Oleg will look around and see if he sees another
These
Kronk.
are the Kronks.
Yeah.
No, no more Kronks.
Yeah.
No, it's not all that many of me. Just try and keep up the illusion. There's a few more. Anyway, to make Kronks takes life force. The whole, a few, if I'm honest. But not. It doesn't have to be nice, good people, you know, like yourselves. I don't like to do it that way. But like, look, what I'm saying is, if you could procure me a little something. In return, I might be able to help you out. Make you a little bit more Kronksy.
What do you mean, but get you what?
Alright, well, basically, here it is. Contract 921. He smacks it in front of you, the scroll. And it says, I, the humanoid, do so agree to fetch Kronks. One creature from the wilderness. This creature must be at least 30 years of age, but have some sort of natural magic. Examples are below, and there's a huge list of basically monsters in D&D. Right? TLDR.
Monsters?
TLDR, this is a CR5 creature, or above. If you can procure him a CR5 creature, in exchange, and then it says, in exchange, Kronks will aid you in your cause. And in doing so, he can give you basic magics by fusing some of his metals into you. He can help you take on a more fearsome appearance, and later on he might even be able to give you power over death itself. At least that's what he's saying.
You know,
Wow.
Kronks, I appreciate this offer, but I almost died fighting rats.
That's the
like
thing, you know. This is
hours ago.
This is a give and take kind of thing. I understand that without the power of Kronks, you can't get the beast. And you understand that without the power of the beast, I can't give you Kronks. So we sort of give and take, if you will. Please agree with me soon. My voice is going to break.
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
I'm really struggling with Kronks.
I'd do anything for you, Kronks.
And then
Kronks, tell us the story of your life, please. Take all the time.
well,
you
he will
need.
in a minute. He will in a minute, actually, but he might use a different voice. But
Fair,
basically,
no
the contract says that at first you must procure him a CR5 creature from the wilderness. He will give you some powers to this end, but at some point you must go out and do it. As the agreement goes on longer, Kronks may ask you for more powerful creatures in exchange for more powerful magic. That's his pact deal, if you will. And I love the idea that this is the moment that Oleg just takes a warlock pact and completely fucks up everyone. It's like, that's mine! Kronk says, look, I work for the Collusion. They call me the Deliverer. 2 reasons. 1, I get things where they need to be. 2, I send people to hell. So, if you ever need Kronks, Kronks is there to help. The Collusion try and avoid any... Eliana's got this idea that basically taking a life can ruin your mortal soul and make you feel less of a being. Really ruin your, what does she call it, her arm, or anam, I think it is. Yes, anam, that's the one. Your inner aura, your spirit. She's full of fluff. But basically, I ain't got no spirit to ruin, got no soul. I got a lot of soul on the dance floor, but none really to, utilize here. So, I'm just saying, like, you ever need... Kronks is sometimes good at that too.
I see why they keep you around here.
I keep me around. The Collusion, Eliana's an old-time friend.
What is her deal?
She was cursed.
What
never
the
died.
armor she wears is crazy.
It's her traditional armor. I think it's about 6,000 years old, and yet it's still working. It's pretty impressive.
Wow.
She's older than me, and I'm old.
No, Crocs, no, you don't look a day over 25.
It's all in the polish, girl. I have an oil bath twice a week. So, that's the contract, but right now, I think you've got a guy outside waiting for you, Oleg. You're not going to drink any of that.
That was fast.
I was talking a long time. Did you notice?
He was talking so.
I was enthralled.
I was also enthralled.
But yeah, the dwarven ale is really good.
I'll pound back the dwarven ale.
Mm-hmm.
Outside to meet.
For the next until your next long rest, that's what it is. You will have a +2 to your Constitution.
Oh.
Brozzig as well. Vulgo, are you drinking ale?
Hair on my chest.
Well, I've been listening to everything that's been said. Obviously.
Yeah.
Make me a really shit player if I don't. Do you really have power over life and death?
A little bit. You want to hear a little bit more about me? Is that what I'm hearing? While your friend gets fixing up outside.
Well,
drink up and I'll tell you.
Could you really show me how to protect myself?
Oh yeah. Show not so much. I can help. So, when I first made myself, wow, that sounds like a stupid sentence, doesn't it? Okay. So, long time ago, about 400 years, 500 years. Bit more than that, maybe. But anyway, man doesn't like to talk about his age. I was like you. Bone, skin, all of that. And I lived in a nice place, I suppose you could say. But in a dangerous area. Way to the west. In a place called, I've forgotten, it's on the world map.
Oh, well, let me get mine out for you.
I'll get my own. In a place called Kandros. Way to the west. You guys know that Kandros is about the only place that's said to be just as dangerous as Anakesia. Way out to the west, it's where some previous Urxos campaign was set. Anyway, I lived in a place down there called Gehenna. Basically, a version of hell, I guess, an underworld. And in that underworld, I had a fair following, a fair ruling. One of my powers was to bring people back, but under my own sway. I suppose you'd call it a necromancer. Warlock, some say. But he means warlock in the male spellcaster type, not in the I had a pact type. Anyway.
I see.
I overstayed my welcome. Pissed off a guy named the Horrisk. Real nasty demon type. He runs all the shit over there. Some say he's a god. Anyway, I pissed him off and I had to flee. But not before he cursed me with a withering curse to say that I would slowly die. So I took little pieces of metal and I infused my soul into them. Hence. And he shows you his body, but I learned more than that. I can spread this out. This. And then he sort of takes his rib and he takes it off. And he puts it on the table and he spreads it across the whole table. And it starts stretching out, like the metal becomes this thin veil over it. Now me and the table, I share a soul with the table. Like this. Lift your drinks up. And when you do, the table starts to like morph, and it becomes a skeletal head.
Whoa.
And then he morphs it back down to a table, and then he picks the metal up, peels it off, and puts his rib back on it. You can put your drinks down now. Yeah, so I could give that a little bit of that. I've done it before. I've got a couple of friends who little piece of me is in them, you know. But not so much my personality, just some magic. I store some of my magic, I put it in them, and then they can use that to help me, and I help them.
Is it a dangerous process?
Oh, yeah. Oh, putting the metal on you? No. Getting creatures from the wilderness, super dangerous.
Right. I'll take a mouthful of the beer. What does it taste like for someone who's never experienced alcohol?
Yeah, so
first drink?
it is very bitter.
Yeah.
It also tastes a bit buttery. And it's very savory for a drink. Like, especially if you're into like detox or defritz or anything like that. This is a super savory drink.
I start coughing.
You do need some toughening up, kid. That is for sure. But
That's what I've been telling him, yes.
look, anyone worth their salt should think things through, you know?
I'll help you.
Wow.
You will?
Yeah, it might take a while to get that CR5 beast you was.
CR what?
But I'll. Yeah. What's
Fights
the
are
CR?
easier when you have guns.
That's yeah, but I don't have a
Look,
gun.
DM to player. This deal is going to be on the table for a few weeks. I really, really would hold off on it very briefly.
Aww.
You can take it now if you really, really want.
I do want to take it.
I hope you're...
I'm happy
Just
swearing off everything else.
Just remember, as a player, you might meet a couple of other patrons you will really regret not having the chance to talk to.
So you're saying that this is a bad patron?
I'm saying he's
Wow.
great,
Is that what you're saying?
but I'm saying some others are great too. I don't know if you want
I
to
know,
meet
but I
others.
feel like.
Oh, you feel like in character
Hear
Volga would
them
just
out,
take this
man.
deal?
I feel like I get it. Don't get me wrong, and part of me does, but I feel like in character,
You take the
like-
first offer.
not that I should take the first offer, but like because Vulgo is so fragile, I just don't see him waiting.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
So Kronk sort of looks at you and, how about a trial run? I'll give you a little bit. And if you aren't so sure, we'll see how it goes. It can be a little strange having some metal inside you.
Okay.
Tell me about it.
Listen, the first guy at the bar who offers to put metal inside of you.
And you put it that way, yeah.
Yeah, Vulgo, are you?
you sure
know,
about this,
TLDR,
Vulgo?
Josh, I don't mind making you a warlock without giving you the undead class feature. So you'd get your cantrip and your, obviously when you hit level 1, you'd get your cantrip and you'd get your first bit of warlock power, but you won't have any like class specific, subclass specific features. And if you're still happy with that in a couple of weeks, then you can take it. This is a way of Vulgo feeling like he's been given some power without... so it makes sense. He's also got Collusion guys protecting him or whatever, without you having to rush into a pact. I don't mind if you do really want to just go ahead with the full pact, that's fine. But just be aware that the other 3 players are going to see all of their subclasses before they hit level 3. So they were going to have the full choice, right? Not all of them, they might miss a couple, but do you know what I mean? Like, they're going to have the full gamut. I don't want you to take this pact and then 2 weeks down the line meet a fiend or a genie or a something else pact and go, oh my god, I am so devastated. I wish I took that. Does that make
Sure.
sense?
Sure.
You will have a whole week to stew on it. So because we are going to end fairly soon. I don't want to take away your choice. If you want to go with it, go with it. But yeah, I definitely might hold off just a little bit. Oleg, Shift has turned up with the medal. And as you are sort of reaching down to start sort of putting it all back together, you will note that Kai is sort of hovering around behind you going, "What you doing? What you doing? What you doing?"
I'm fixing this.
Cool! You're clever. Friends!
Yes, of course.
And then Kai flies over and bumps Gorm on the side of the head and like, "Oh, hey, friends!" Gorm's like, "Yes, we can be friends if you talk a little slower." And then Kai sort of, "Okay." As you're fixing this, Lenny will attempt to aid you in any way he can. Do you give him verbal directions, or do you just use him as a tool, or what's the thinking?
I use him as a tool, like insofar as like if I have something that I don't, if I need something that I don't have with me, then I'll use him.
Can you be
right?
a screwdriver? Screwdriver, great, thanks.
Yes, exactly. But if not, I'd be like, "Oh, just hold that in place for me for a second, and then I'll do this." And then when I need to use him for, as a blowtorch or something, I'll.
Oh, totally! I forgot he might be a blowtorch. You two begin to really work in tandem together. And as you do this, you'll sort of note that perhaps other things could be done with this as well. And while chatting with Lenny, just over the course of work, as workmen do, you would discover that perhaps a simple recorded message, something emitting the same sound, or pretty much anything else it says on the magical tinkering list could be achieved through Lenny. And as you fix up the truck, you can go back in and let everybody know, and you guys can take the ride back to the Collusion base in the truck if you wish. But I am going to hold us sort of at that moment so that next session we pick up in the bar, in case Josh wants to have that last moment with Kronks, and then all the way. That being said, you can have the XP for fixing it, which is a further 10 XP. And that is where we are going to. Just to clarify, I'm really confused by the time difference. We are 3 hours deep, not 2 hours deep, right?
It's 3 hours.
Great.
We're 3
Okay,
hours.
cool. Fantastic. As long as I'm not ending an hour early. Let's come to the timeless tradition of MVPs. I think I'll start with Mikayla.
Yeah, I liked all the kooky NPCs this time, but of course I gotta give it to Kronks, the coolest guy around. Who now I'm a warlock now also, and he's
Full
my
warlock.
patron.
Full warlock campaign. Let's do it.
Yeah, this guy's
You
just
can if you want.
super cool skeleton.
Some of you are sat a little strangely, Fred, but if you guys all want to be warlocks, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll have
Eliana's got packs to give. One of you can go back and find that sad genie, Corius.
Yeah, so yeah, I really liked seeing like the I guess the way you've been introducing like the subclass stuff so far. Like yeah, also with Oleg and Simon, that was really cool. So yeah, I'm excited to find more of these guys.
Good. I'm glad. That is sort of the hope. Who's clockwise? I think Rico is next. Rico.
Oh, nice! I get to take it. So my favorite moment was everything that you've learned this far is bullshit.
Your education begins today.
Your education begins today. Oh man!
It was such a good line. I had to echo it as
It was a
future.
great line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was
It was
good.
a great line. It was a great line. But then, of course, also meeting Simon, which is like the first sort of like subclass intro for Oleg, was very nice. I thought that was cool.
Pat.
I'm enjoying Josh. I'm enjoying the way that you're playing Vulgo, like not understanding the world around him and just being afraid of everything. I think it's leading to a lot of really interesting sort of situations. I hope that like you're enjoying me playing off of you, and like
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, you're the trash master.
yeah. I'm really enjoying the way that you're playing him, just not knowing what's going on.
Yeah, Josh.
I think a moment that was really funny was like, oh my god, taking forever to get his stories out. and then as he's going on with this story, Pace is like, they let this guy try.
Yeah. No, definitely, I can agree. I've got a few little amusing lines. I love Josh saying I used to be in a book club, where as opposed to a gang. I really enjoyed Pat's "Your Education Begins Today" and Mikayla's "They Let This Guy Drive," and Rico saying "You don't look like a mole" to Paisley, which is beautiful. So I had a line for each of you. But honestly, I was really pleased and surprised at the patron interactions. Like, it was really nice to have them with all four of you, as opposed to just one-to-ones with Josh, which wouldn't kind of take the fun out of it. And obviously with Simon, all four of you as well. A little part of me is terrified that Josh might take a pact with Kronks and I'll have to voice that guy on a regular basis. It's a bit of a nightmare.
Well, no, the other Kronkses have a different voice, so you just.
Oh, great! Yeah, that's the way to do it.
And like different personalities.
But yes, in that vein, I really, really enjoyed the whole conversation with Kronks. My particular highlight of it was looking around to see if you could see any other Kronkses. That was beautiful, and eating the jellyfish. What was that?
I forgot about that.
Why and who and what? Anyway, that is where we're going to end. So if you guys would like to say goodbye,
Goodbye.
we shall see you soon.